All right, we're live. It is the 4th of July, the night after the 4th of July, let's say. July 5th, technically. But this is like July 4th for me. All right, let's get this open. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow for Mr. John. All right. Turn this music on. This is some Minecraft music. You know, we've been listening to a lot of Minecraft. Let's jump over here. We're going to get some of this on. Okay, let's get the playback speed up. Doot. Turn this down a little bit. Let's go grab this menu from the previous night. Inky. Happy 4th of July, mister. What's up, guys? How's it going? I am just starting. You know, I never spend a ton of time getting this stream set up because I don't have the time. I maximize as much of my free time as I can, hanging out with my wife. Here we are. We had a very sexy 4th of July. Of course, most of the day was just spent relaxing, which I don't get enough of that, so that was really nice, actually. Let's see. We're going to call this the 4th of July stream. And I don't have a lot to say. Dooby-dooby-doo. What should I say in the 4th of July stream? Other than Fwee ones. Fwee ones. And XY boosters. Available? No, that's not a very good title. What should I say for the title? Mister, you're late. Freedom Night. Proud to be an American. Let's see. We could say... Man, I don't have anything unusual going on at the time. Maybe just a funny title. Free ones. I wouldn't even know what to say for a funny title. White Powder? I don't know about that. Glizzies for the 4th should be the title. Shiny cardboard for sale. Pokies for Independence. Blowing up your wallet. How about that? Live card shop. Alright, we said blowing up your wallet. Is that good enough? I think that's kind of fun. Okay, let's jump over here. We're going to share a link to the live stream in our Discord. That's where everyone hangs out. If you have not joined our Discord, please join it. Okay. Boy, I'm sleepy, man. I had kind of a weird sleep today. I had 4 hours of sleep at my normal time, and then 4 hours of sleep at night. It was really wonky. I was like, whoa. Whoa! So technically, I got a full 8 hours. But they were, like, divided into 2 time pieces. So, I don't know. I feel sleepy. I don't feel well rested. Turn this down a bit. Oh, God, man. We have a need for new music very badly. Quick! Name a music that I don't play very often that I should definitely play right now. What do you think? Somebody name good music right now. What do you think? Good music, as opposed to bad music. Good morning from the UK. Hello, Clive. Stardew Valley. No, I've heard enough of that. How to Train Your Dragon. Nickelback. How does Nickelback go? Look at this photograph. 8-bit wrestling music. We've tried 8-bit music. I think it's a bit boring. Mega Man Battle Network music. We've done Mega Man. He's all right. That music is okay. It doesn't last long enough. Just like your mama. Who all got their 1.77 gallon sheet gas today? What? Final Fantasy music? That's an interesting one. What if it's the new OST? Final Fantasy OST 16. Alright, so they have a new game out. Final Fantasy 16. I think this is it. Alright, we're playing the new soundtrack for the new Final Fantasy game. That was actually a good recommendation. I've not actually played this game. Okay, and we'll put this over here. What do we got here? We got a submission from a Mr. Oh, please tell me that he put his name on this. Z-Dogs. Alright, that'll work. So Mr. Z-Dogs. Mr. Z-Dogs has paid for an appraisal. All cards marked app are for appraisal. Cards marked grade are for grading. Okay. So we got Mr. Z-Dog stuff in. Did you rent your house for the 4th? Unfortunately, no. The rental company has been pretty effing slow. I was just getting upset in my text messages. So there was like this guy who originally works with you, and then when he's done, he hands you off to like a team that works with you, and they've just been terrible. I can't believe it. I told them I was upset. We didn't rent it in June, and then we failed to rent it for July 4th as well. I wish I could just tell them, like, you're trash, basically. Like, how do you guys miss that? This is a seasonal rental, and you've missed the season. So I wanted to tell them that. But so this guy got all this work done getting the house ready. He hands them off, the house off to this other group, and they have not listed it in 1 full month. And now July 4th has been missed. We're this close to having the house rented because they show me the listing and all that. They're like, please review this. I was like, all right. So they're this close. I cannot not believe that they waited so long and so much money was lost. So I'm very upset because if I had just handled it privately, I'd have listed it on Airbnb as is, and it probably would have been rented. So it's very stupid. Now I'm at this point where it's like they've done all this work to get it this close to being rented. So it's like, do I really want to quit on them, you know? So, yeah, I would rank them with a bad rank here because they took way too long getting the house rented. I handed the house over to them in, like, before May. It was before May that they had a chance to get the house all ready to go. And, yeah, they took their sweet effing time, dude. Lost me money this year. I'm still paying the mortgage, obviously. So the house is just sitting there with the mortgage. There you go. I would quote, name and shame. Give them 0 stars. They wasted your time. All right. So what do we got here? So he got a couple of these Mickey Mouse cards too, huh? Grade, 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 grade. All right. So you want to grade some really old Mickey Mouse cards. I got to say something. These are so old that we will try to grade these. I do not know what they do to authenticate super old cards. I assume they're authentic. I don't know why people would be faking these Mickey Mouse cards. They're only recently looked at, so it's not like people were sitting around faking old Mickey Mouse cards. I don't know why they would. Not enough money involved. So I assume those are authentic. But here we are. So he wants an appraisal on all these, huh? Okay. So we're just reviewing... Is that his name, Mario Zuniga? Probably Mario Zuniga, that makes sense. Alright, cool. Let me look this guy up. So Discord is Z-Dogs. Bet you he says his name in the Discord. So let's see. Z-Doggies. By the way, this music has just been okay so far. It's been kind of like, ha ha, stinky buns. Let's see. Yes, Marco Zuniga. Okay. Is John here still? John's still here. Oops. He should be in tomorrow for shipping. Tomorrow is a shipping day. Mister, I blew my hand off. No, you didn't. Did you really? Some people actually do that. Every 4th of July, some people blow their hand off. Zuniga. We'll say 7.5.23. I think it's the main menu music. We're using type width right now. Did your house get rented for the 4th? It did not. Mister, can you have more than 1 slab away? You may not. Well, there's an exception. If you want to put a base set booster pack unlimited into slab away, then you can do that one, and there's no... You never replied to my Discord message. I'm pissed. I don't even remember what we were talking about, man. Today, my wife was off work, And she did not want me to work. She just wanted me to spend the whole day with her. So I don't remember anything today. Okay, we'll call this a mail-in. Alright, cool. I ate deviled eggs. Oh, that's so interesting. We were thinking about making some deviled eggs today. So, Pricey, huh? Very fascinating. Never done that before. Actually, you better do this. Do you remember how delicious deviled eggs are? What's up, EJ? How's it going, man? Ruby needed a hand. By the way, some of you guys might have noticed there was no walking stream. That is not because I failed to go walking. My wife went walking with me, and she said she did not want me to stream. She said, put the damn phone away and hang out with me exclusively. And I said, all right. So I'll need to do this a little bit later. Also, I need to check and see if this was paid for. I think it was. But we can't do this live. Need to do that when I'm not live. Yeah, this music's all right. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's too sort of like, ha ha. It's boring. We need different music. Somebody name me some good music. I'll turn on this one for the moment. Relaxing Nintendo music. All right, we're playing relaxing music at the moment. Turn that down a little bit. Day Mystery, you're spending more time with the wife than us. I know I'm cheating on you. Oh, look at these 9.5s. These are for me. So these 9.5s going to go into back to CGC to be reholdered into CGC Gem Intense. Lovely. And then they'll be sold at full price, and a small profit will be made. Not a huge profit, but a small profit. Yeah, these CGC 9.5 slabs shot right up in price. Right up. So they are hard to get at a good price now. I still have the slabs from yesterday. All right, see these? Anytime you see a slab with a red sticker now, with the red ink, it means that the price is price to keep. You can still buy it if you'd like, but these are high prices, okay? Just so you know. This is a new thing I'm doing that allows me to take slabs that I'd actually really rather hold right now and offer them for sale anyways. Forced interlude, 10-hour loop. Biden doing coke in the White House? Maybe. You never know, man. They found some cocaine in the White House, apparently, guys. How cool is that? All right. Biden dropped a bag. Dark Cloud OST. Pokemon Platinum music. Oops. Let's get a fresh sticker. How's it going, everyone? Happy 4th of July. What are you guys doing for 4th of July? Or what did you do for 4th of July is what I meant to ask. It was his son's stash. Yeah. Well, you know, we always say, well, it's just the son. It's not him. Maybe Daddy likes a little bit of the white stuff. I don't know. I don't know. What? Food? Did you say we got food? There we go. Just a regular day outside the U.S.? Yeah, that's true. That is true. Just a regular day for riding in Switzerland. All right. Let's see. Okay. Do fireworks trigger you? Oh yeah, they remind me of my time in Nam, dude. Triggers my PTSD, really. Lovely Houndoom. So we got these new red label items. These are cards that I'm normally holding, but now they're for sale. Have fun. How fascinating. Got some processing to do here. All right. What's a cheap food you can make every day and is healthy? Potatoes. Oh, this is really nice. Okay, that was nice. That was good quality on that one. Did crocodile really eat Japanese? What? Who got eaten? Ooh, this is really good. I like those two. Soldiers of World War II. Peanut butter sandwiches, chicken breast. Today I had some pasta. I haven't had pasta in a while. I had some rigatoni. I don't know what it was. It was one of those pre-made stuffed pastas where it has like cheese and spinach in it. It was all right. I got like this garlicky breath now though. I was smooching my wife in the water. She was like, "You got stinky breath." I was like, "I do. My house smells like basil." There we are. All right, beautiful. Out of PSA 10 Typhlosion, I paid off with you. Can I trade it for the swirl on the table? I'll pay the difference. So the swirl one is probably a higher price, to be honest. And no, I wouldn't like to trade down, if that makes sense. You said you'd pay the difference, but I don't want you to pay a terribly large difference. Sorry, mister, my question got cut, says Eddie. I mean, I'm open-minded to it. But it just sounds like a lot of work over nothing. You should be proud of your non-swirl Typhlosion. He's a great card. I mean, the other one will come up for sale anyways. Okay. Here's my $10,000 of boosters right here. Somebody was saying $10,000, and I was like, that might actually be an under statement. Might actually be quite a lot more than 10,000. All right, so we got a couple packs for sale on the table. Oh man, that's cool. You guys ready for some pack openings tonight? I'm ready. Are you ready for some Fwee ones? I'm ready for free ones. Where are the free ones? Me. Toms are my new Smarties. That doesn't sound good. Toms are your new Smarties. You might be doing something wrong. Well, I'm going to put this away for now. I was thinking about pricing it up. We're going to hold these long term. I think those Neo packs are a very good hold. What else have I got in here, though? An empty bag. I'm spending like the first 20 minutes of the stream just setting up because, I mean, to be honest, normally I would do this when we're not live, but man, I am so busy tonight. I just hit that live button so you guys could come hang out while we're setting it up. So you're not lonely. Are you lonely? Oh, you're so lonely. Put that away now. All right, lovely. Neo packs are short for never ever open. That's that, right? Let's jump over to the emails and see what's going on over here. Junk mail, junk mail, junk mail. Come on now. Junk mail, junk mail, Junk mail. Junk mail. All junk. Not a single order in the Zells. Oh, speaking of which, we were working on the website together today. My wife and I were actually working on the website. What do you guys think of that? So we made some progress on that. We're working on the card grading website first because it's easier. Okay, says I got a little rebate. How much? 30 cents! Yay! I got a 30-cent rebate. Garrett Nadald is the first order. He wants 6 avatar. That was smart, Garrett, because I'm pretty sure there's a hit that you missed in here. And you paid to clear out a lot of cold packs. Energy Lotto? Energy Lotto is literally just PokeBRUH, but they're $5. I'm sorry, not PokeBRUH. The other one. Live Customs. You tricked me, Blue Boy. He said PokeBRUH. All right. So this is a little new thing. We got packs on the table. $24 Roaring Skies. Enjoy that while it remains $24 because it will go up. Roaring Skies, one of the best XY sets. I can see that being $40 just like Ancient Origins one day. And we're keeping an eye on XY prices. They're on the move. XY sealed boxes, their price is on the move. They have gone up year over year, and they're probably reaching points where they're starting to get hard to get a hold of. They were once considered just sort of like, meh. Now they are becoming much more rare and exquisite and expensive. You already have the XY Evolution set that goes for like $700 a box, maybe more than $700 a box. These are other XY sets that haven't reached that price yet, but they will. And Roaring Skies and Primal Clash, 2 of the best XY era sets to open right now based on what you can pull out of them. All right, what we got? Oh, Ty Lee Popular. Yeah, you'll be popular if you're dressed in that. Here we are. Holographic. My wife says she's going to get some black pipe. Now, why would my wife want plumbing supplies so late at night? Good question. Here we are. There we go. Mister, I did a pre-stream order. Yes, let's find that. Looks like Mr. Garrett Nadal did too. This is a pre-stream order. Wow. Garrett, I just want to go reserve the rest of the box for you. I hope you're watching, Mr. Garrett. Is Cobra Kai Boy Kingston? My bad. I hope someone did. Sit down silent. I'm too broke to even make an order. Who is too broke right now? Raise your hand. I want to know who's too broke. Here we are. Here we are. Garrett Nadal. Me. All right, I'm starting a charity for those who have gotten too broke from opening Pokemon cards. Honestly, this would not be a bad card for the waifu bros, which we're going to make eventually, right? What's up, Justin? What's up, Demonic Clips? Hello, Windy City Gaming. Ruben says, never seen this Vato? I muted Mr. Too Much, and now I broke. You were the one doing the mutes? Thank you for your money. Hathim says, pre-order 7 packs of Pokemon 151. You got it. You got it. I'm horny, too. Uh-oh. Dude, something about being in that warm lake water is very sexy. Here we are. It's like being in a hot tub. Yeah, we were swimming in the lake at like 9 p.m. at night. It turned pitch black outside, but you could see all the stars. And then, as usual, people were shooting fireworks from their docks. There was a really nice display, and we were in the water together, like sitting next to each other, watching the fireworks go off. Always a special night out here. Very romantic. Here's 5. Very romantic. You could see people had bonfires, and there were a lot of shouting and hollering, but the water is very private and comfortable. It's so nice. Mister, that's only 5. I think you're right, Hathim. That's why I'm opening another box. God, why is this so... There we go. My grandma has a very nice display, says DP Fitness. 1, 2. There we go. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Did you skinny dip? I did. I was naked. I was naked. It's nice. Did you guys know when you go swimming in a hot lake at night, you can just take all your clothing off in the lake and no one knows any better? Whether you be a boy or a girl, nobody knows because you're under the water, and the water and the darkness just keeps you nice and private. There we go. You're pretty much in the nude when you go swimming anyways, right? Like, it's not like bathing suits really cover you up. All you've done is remove that one last piece of clothing. Feels great, though. Have you guys ever gone skinny dipping? Feels great. Feels very freeing. What if the lake monster catches you naked? Well, if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. Oh, almost star. There we go. Mister likes the feeling of the fish brushing against his Diglett. Yeah, you don't get anything like that. That doesn't seem to happen. I dipped my skinny yesterday. Oh, what do we got here? We got Golem. Yay, we did it, Golem. All right, we love Golem. He's so pretty. Okay. How many spots left on the rocket break? A lot. Jump in with multiple spots into the rocket break. Oh, double pull box, though. Look at that. Jinx. Ooh. You got lovely Jinx. Jinx is basically the chase. You realize this, right? Here we go. Might get a free mouth hug from Gay Fish. How many spots? I already read that one. My balls float, says Marshall Weber. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hathim. I appreciate the order. Hathim says FML. Oh, you didn't like that, huh? That wasn't a bad round. What are you talking about? Look what you got, man. You got 2 full arts, 2 etched cards, I should say, and 2 illustrations. That's so lovely. All right, but you were probably hoping for like a chase card to pop out. Ancient Origins. Yeah, Ancient Origins, another great set. We got Breakpoint for 20 bucks. Let's do a little rotate on the slabs as well, huh? So we got a Mawile 10. Here's a Nidoking 5. Raichu. And I feel like we've seen all these slabs a couple times, huh? Don't you? I feel like we need some way to get new slabs up on the table. You know, the reason it's hard to get the new slabs up on the table is because you need some place to rotate the slabs you've already had. Maybe I can do that. Does Merlin Sticker 2 have Lugia in it? No, it has Holographic Charizard, which is, in my opinion, an even better card. How do I get free ones? What's up, Hazard TCG? Mister should get a hot tub and open packs. Yeah, we were talking about potentially putting in a hot tub. Yep. I was looking it up, and I noticed there were these seemingly higher quality inflatable hot tubs. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. If you could put like a temporary hot tub on your back porch and just enjoy that for like a year and then throw it away. But, oh, the waste. But then if you look at like a real hot tub, it's like $6,000, which we could do that. It's just like, I don't know if I want to spend $6,000 on a hot tub, though. Because the little inflatable ones were like $500. It's like I could buy, let me think about it. So $6,000 or $500, I can buy like 12 inflatable hot tubs. And if you're just using 1 per year almost, it's like a better deal in a way. Because I couldn't tell you if I'm going to use, am I going to use the permanent hot tub for 12 years? You know, so it's weird. It's almost like the temporary hot tubs are a better use of your money at this point. Weird. But I don't know. I've never tried. I've never used my own hot tub before, but I think my wife would like that. 6 Corrupted Art 2, 151s. You got it. Hot tub stream when? 6,000 for Mister's pocket change. It's pocket change. Here we are. That's like 1 Charizard. There we go. Not really. Obviously, that's a substantial amount of money, but you know, you'd have to like pick a place to put it and all this. I don't know. All right, get a cold tub. You would ruin cards opening them in a hot tub from the water vapor. You got Poliwhirl. Okay, you praying for a Master Ball here, 6 Corrupted? What we got for 6 Corrupted? Oh, Reverse Jolteon's pretty cute. Okay, we just got 2 packs with hollows in it. There we go. Lovely. 6 Corrupted. Salute to the channel wit. Do-do-do. 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 We have Jonathan Emmons, 5 Resurgence of Power. I have a bag. The Resurgence of Power, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would you guys like to talk about today? Anything interesting happening in the news? I heard that there was a riot that tried to go off in Switzerland, and the police in Switzerland put it down right away. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. The people who were doing the riot had large cobblestones, they had Molotov cocktails, and they started breaking in windows. And the police were like, we're not going to play that game. You guys are going to go away. Okay, ready? So here's Saul. So in this set, we are, once again, looking for a Cloud Chase card. Cloud Chase cards seem to be the big deal. You're having hot honey chai tea. Here's Bosk. Okay. Red Mage. I heard they're shutting down the pizza ovens. Yeah. You're talking about New York, right? Yeah. That's old news. That news is like a week old. Gotta lower those carbon emissions. What do you want to ban? Pizza ovens in New York or private jets where one person releases enough CO2 to fly like 100 people? I say we shut down the pizza ovens. Jonathan Emmons. We don't want to interrupt, you know, Tom Cruise's private jet flight to his private yacht. I mean, that guy's very important. That would be bad. Let's talk about why Shuckle doesn't have an alt-art yet. Shuckle? This is Shuckle racism. That pizza comment sounds very un-American. I didn't say I was for shutting down the pizzas. I'm saying that it's goofy that we think that pizzas are going to solve the problem when the real polluters obviously are like airplanes. And then you got some airplanes that are like pointless because they carry one passenger. A breakthrough. Those should be the first thing banned, but they don't ban those because actual wealthy people have them. So that's not the thing they go after. Okay, I tell you what, let's get we're gonna get some other packs in these little holders here so you guys can see what we got on the menu. I think that this has been an interesting idea because it displays what we sell. And if we don't make sales, we don't got free ones. So we gotta make some sales and then we can do some free ones. Let's see. Looking up the price for this. So the top series one was a whopping $60. Did the PSA order get sent out? So my idea was to work on the PSA order today because mail pickup is tomorrow. And my wife promptly told me if I work today that we are going to be in a lot of trouble. She said that you may not work today. So I said, all right, no working. Yeah, she was going to get real upset if I sat down and worked on her off day on a national holiday. So the answer is no. Here we are. She's probably right. It'd almost be insulting if I did that. Imagine you have a family and instead of hanging out with them on 4th of July, which they never see you anyways, you tell them, all right, gotta go. I'll go work on this holiday. Why don't you spend it alone? Because she's not hanging out with anyone else. She's lonely. Octavio Melendres, slab away, $50. You got it, man. So I intended to work on it today, but I did not. Let's see. It's funny, though, because we did work on my website. So it's not that I didn't do any work today. Just not as much as I thought I was going to do. All right, now we have Mr. Miguel raised $200 to finish my slab away plus shipping on all my slabs, but don't ship my bag. You got it, Mr. Miguel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So Miguel Reyes is over here. Another completed slab away. He's over here with the Typhlosion. Oh, I see. You got your Typhlosion right now. You probably a great one, though. Yeah, having a little bonus swirl might be nice, but you know, I probably charge like $50 for the swirl. That's what I do normally. That's an awful lot. Black mailman. What? Let's see. Is John still on vacation? No, his vacation ended. He needs to come in tomorrow for sure. I'll tell him that in a text message. He didn't come in today. I don't blame him. And he took yesterday off as well. I told him it's not a big deal if he did. Okay, so for the swirl one, I'm looking for $470. You got this one for $340, so you don't want to do that swap. You want to keep the $340 one. There we go. Wasn't that Typhlosion like 800? He was, and then probably what happened was a bunch of them got opened, and then a bunch of them got graded, and then his population surged, and now his price has gotten lower as a result. That's how population affects prices. Now, what that means for you is it might be a great time to pick one up, because eventually the market will absorb all of the extra population, and the price will go back up to 800. Okay, so Miguel says ship all of my slabs. How many slabs do you have there, Miguel? Miguel. I have a Miguel raise right here. I've got your address saved. Presumably this is enough to ship them. I went to the zoo. She saw an elephant with a huge erection. The lady next to me had kids and didn't know what to say, so she told them it was a 5-legged elephant. Where are all your $25 and under PSA cards? We can get $25 and under PSA cards, but let me tell you something. They're not going to look nice, man. They're not going to be like the Chase cards. That's a 25 and under PSA card, for example. He's like a trainer card, and he didn't grade 10 even. So you want the cheap ones. You're going to get the cheap ones, but they're not going to be like crazy. I ordered 6 live customs. Ooh. Louis says, I made an order of 5 live customs last night. Did you do the order? I assume I did. Are you saying like an additional order of 5 live customs? Let me log in and look, because we did do a live custom order like that for you, but I assumed you were watching at that time. Let's see. How was your workout? Just fine. My wife told me I had to put the phone away and go walking with her. I was like, yeah, we'll stream it. She's like, no, you won't. Give me a second. So he is questioning if I opened $100 worth of live customs last night. Okay. 6 live custom, 5 live custom, 20 packs Evolving Skies. So I'm trying to remember. So I feel like if you had opened 5 cold live customs, I would have recalled that. Yeah, so let's grab this. Oh, I get it. This one's from tonight. The 11:30 p.m. one is from tonight. So there's 6. There's 5. And then before that is 20 packs of Evolving Skies. Yes, so we did. In fact, Mr. Louis, what you pulled was this right here. You pulled this silver coin last night out of the 5 live customs. It's a great pull because when we look up the cheapest price on this, it's a $160 coin. This is pure silver, graded already by NGC, M68, the Red Dragon of Wales. If you don't like it, you can sell it back to me for 80 bucks, by the way, but then you would overall lose 20 bucks, right? So it's better off to keep it and maybe try to sell it for 160 to someone else if you don't like it. Or you can have me take it back very quickly, but you don't get as much. So, okay, those are my thoughts on that. That's awesome. She's dead. Play this music at my funeral. Congratulations. That's a nice coin. I'll buy it, says One Thug. Okay, so, but let me jump back to the line. We got to go in order. Miguel's done. Jonathan weighing is next. 3 Azure and shipping. You got it, Mr. Jonathan. Ta-da. So this row in the middle shows off booster packs that we have for sale. It might be something on the menu already, or it might be something that's not on the menu. So like, for example, if I rotate one time, oh, here's Shining Legends. He's not actually on the menu. And when I get your booster pack, it might not be the display one. It might be one I've got sitting on the side, just so that the display can stay up there longer, because I have another to sell. Oh, lovely. Okay. Mr. Jonathan. Is the line long for me? No, actually, it should be quite short. I only saw 5 people in the queue, so you shouldn't have to wait too long. But just for future reference, there's always a line, typically. Unless I say something like, there's currently no line, at which point you might have a very, very short wait time. Wow, that looks kind of like a BDSM ring there. Okay, very interesting. You did good. 2 out of 3, Jonathan. And then let's see. This is pack number 3. Just normal pack this time. Yeah, 2 out of 3 was hot. Wang, I'm pissed. Is the line long? But oof. There you go. That's 60 bucks right there. Yeah, not bad. These Azure Lane cards continue to be very popular. Okay, Mr. Wang. I feel like Mr. Wang has probably the most appropriate last name for opening these. So yeah, there's just a little tease. You got a box or bag up here? Let's see what he's got up here. I didn't see you in the regular box. Ah, here you are. Found you. And what we're going to do is Jonathan Emmons going up top now. Okay. There we go. Jonathan Wang. My wife always has a line as well. Oh my God. Is it with an A? Yes, it is with an A. Cool. So we're going to lower the weight on this one. This one's lighter. Print. How long of Wayne we talking here? I'm not a simp. Hey, Jeremy. Simp. Hey, no simping. There we go. Yappy is happy after a nappy. Did this man just use the word nappy? Blastoise. Look at that. 1.2 thousand. Beautiful card. I know you're scared of that Blastoise. Here's Dusclops. Clefable. Slowpoke. Whoa. So cute. Garrett Nadal, 10 Avatar. Damn, Garrett. All right, now you're definitely going to grab that hit. Look, this was all that was left in the box. You're lucky you got to it first. You guys talking about the sub? We're talking about the submarine. Can you believe it? We're talking about the riots in France. I heard that Macron got all the mayors of France together to talk about what to do about it. And they don't know what to do about it. And there's a lot of discord between them. They don't agree on what to do about it. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So that's 10. They are not sure what to do about it. There we go. And apparently, Le Pen has gone up in popularity since the riots began. I'm pissed, says Jim Bobby. Mister, do you think vintage will keep going up with the new generation of collectors coming in? Almost definitely, yes. It doesn't really matter. The new generation doesn't matter. What matters is that us older guys in our 30s and maybe even 40s, what happens to us is as time goes by, we get more money over time. So we get inheritances, we get promotions, we start new businesses that are successful, we get new careers and higher paying careers. And so over time, the guys who would collect vintage because it was their time period, they just earn more money over their lifetime eventually. So the price goes up anyways, right? Like, give me 10 years and I'll have enough money to buy the next expensive card, right? 10 years of working and I'll have more money. That's just how it works. So vintage will continue to climb. Will young people get into vintage? I think they'll be very aware of it. And I think that some young people will be like, whoa, that Umbreon looks really good. Like Karen's Umbreon, for example. That Karen's Umbreon looks really good. I'm going to buy or slab that one away because it's so sexy. So yeah, I mean, just because a card, you know, there were vintage cards that I didn't collect that look so good that I want them. And, you know, so that's why vintage cards will be just fine. Modern cards are scary because so much of it got printed. So I don't really understand how to trust modern. It's just really, really printed. You could say that maybe modern's currently undervalued because people don't understand how rarity affects a card's value. So people just buying into modern thinking, hey, it's modern, but it looks good, so I'll just buy it. But they don't understand how much more rare the vintage cards are. And what's going to happen one day is guys like me are going to end up buying everything. All the cards are going to be off the market one day, and you will see a price spike like crazy at that point. It'll take time, but eventually there'll be enough money that all of those cards will get taken off the market, and then they just get really expensive at that point. They all jump to like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, all the way up to 40,000 one day, and that is definitely what will happen. There we go, Garrett Nadal. Because if you told me it's all just going to fall apart and collapse, I would not buy that. Yeah, everyone's going to quit collecting, bro. Tommy and Arthur are like Kane and Undertaker. Is that my wife, Jen? Hi, babe. I want your Masaki, mister. Jen, I am. Don't know why so many people like Pamela Anderson in the 90s when there was Carmen Electra. Maybe their Johto will be Hoenn or so on. Every generation grew up on different Pokemon. Jen. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch. Mr. Garrett. The thing that's most interesting to me about vintage, though, again, is just that it was printed a lot less. That's the most important thing. Because eventually you collect all the modern cards. They're cheaper. There's lots of them available. So you get all the modern cards you want, and then you're bored, and you're like, well, what now? And so you start going backwards. You start looking at older cards and be like, oh, those are kind of sweet. So, yeah, I mean, you run out of modern cards to collect. Garrett Nadal with the G. Garrett, you got the Smoochie card, and your bag is over here. Mister is going to catch all the Pokemans. I'm going to catch all the Pokemans. How's it going, Mr. James O? There we go. James O is here. Now we can start all the giveaways. Carter Hindershide says, Roaring Skies booster pack. Mr. Carter Hindershide. Here we are. All right. You ready? Oh, yeah. I was talking about potentially saving some of these for pack grading. What do we got? Gligar, Shuppet, Ninka. Oh, what are you going to pull? Nice. Shaman Full Art. All right. Lovely, dude. Congratulations, Mr. Carter Hindershide. Loving it. Any others? Nope. Love these old booster packs. They're so fun. What's cool about the old booster packs is, you know, even if you don't pull a full art, you might pull like a really legitimate holo or reverse holo. One that's just super valuable. Look at that. Lovely, man. Good looking card, too. Wow. All right. Good luck to you on grading it. Carter, let me grab your bag. Give me good ones. Yeah, I only want the good ones, please. I don't want any of the stinky cold packs. Only hot packs, please. What shall we give away, huh? Oh, this is kind of nice. So here's a $100 card for 4th of July. All right, but unfortunately for some of you guys watching, not all of you guys, but some of you guys, this is going to be a members-only giveaway. Members. So we turn on members-only talk. Now we're going to reset the Nightbot. Okay, members, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have a simple keyword this time so that you can all get in. Make your guess quickly because we're not going to run this very long. The code is 1234. That's the code. Here we are. By the way, memberships are $2, and you can find access to the membership in a link in the description, kind of higher up under social media. We did that for people who are on mobile who can't like click on the click on the membership icon. All right, you guys know we do when we do a member giveaway, it's typically a nice card. And that's because I appreciate all the little donations. Memberships are really $2 a person. It's honestly not that much money for me, but, you know, we try to do something nice. So there's a 4th of July giveaway. It's a $100 card. I'm very confident that card would have sold. I could easily put that in the PokeBRUH, the Live Customs, or even into the Energy Lotto since the limit is $100. And somebody would have been very happy to pull that because it's always a solid card. Jungle Eevee, take a look at that. Cute card, the very first Eevee card printed for the mainline TCG set. Of course, there were Eevee cards before then, right? So you could talk about like Top Sun or something like that, or even the poker cards. Well, the poker cards from I don't remember. Maybe the poker cards did get printed later. But there's a lot of different variations of Eevee. So you question, because this would have been the third set to come out. Base set would have come out first, right? And then Fossil Jungle. All right, I said just a little bit of time. Get that guessing. I think we're going. You ready? Roll it. Kevin P. All right, Mr. Kevin, I don't know what your shipping name is. Let me know what your shipping name is. Okay, we're unlocking the chat now. Mr. Kevin P. Kevin P. Who would that be? Like Kevin Pham, Kevin... I can only think of Kevin Pham. Kevin Pardon, okay. Mr. Kevin Pardon, congratulations. How about that? All yours. There we are. Whoa. I gotta make $100 of profit tonight just to break even, by the way. Isn't that interesting? That's why it's so hard to do constant giveaways. There's a lot of money. Daniel A. Rodriguez. Can I get 1 Roaring Skies, 1 Breakthrough, 1 Disney? You got it. 1 Roaring Skies. 1 Breakthrough. Okay, Breakthrough. 1 Disney, 100. Damn, I didn't win, says Joey. Here we are. Lovely. I bought a Team Rocket hat. A Team Rocket hat. What, are you blasting off again? Okay, Daniel A. Rodriguez. Good luck. You're out here wearing Pokemon fashion? There we go. I spent all my money on Pokemon cards. Ursaring. Howlucha. Alright, nothing crazy in this pack. The Ursaring's nice, though. Nice card. Don't underestimate these reverse hollows from this set, because all XY sets have gotten so old now, and there's so many sets where they didn't really grade many of the reverse hollows. So, yeah, you never know. If you graded 10 and you got them priced up at $65, let's say, it might sell for $65. All right, you got Zekrom, but he's kind of off-center. And Revive. Lovely. I never see that Zekrom well-centered. I don't think I've ever seen a well-centered Zekrom come out. It came with 2 free Lapras floaters that hold my sodas. Oh, does it? That's funny. Okay, and then the Steamboat Willie pack containing 1 Steamboat Willie. Oh, I meant Pluto. Oh, good boy. What if I could do a Mickey Mouse voice? I need to stand in front of a mirror and practice a Mickey Mouse voice for you guys. But it's just something you have to practice doing. Daniel A. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Where are the prices for team? For team? What's team? Never mind. I see. There we go. Edwin Delcid 1, 151, and 5 Avatar. Edwin Delcid. He's about to snipe the stamped card from Avatar. I can feel it. Did I hear Fwee ones? We just handed out a $100 card for free tonight. That's pretty good. We are Mr. Edwin. And 151. Can you show off your low and high-end poker cards? The poker cards come up for sale real slow. Like, I don't put them all on the table. I did that once. Nobody seemed to have any interest in them, so I just put them back away. And I think the poker cards are very overwhelming for people because they're such a kind of a new yet old vintage thing to collect. And so what's going on is people are needing to see more evidence that there's real demand for them, which of course, predictably there is because they look fantastic. So yeah, I have some poker cards, but I don't want to slowly peruse all the poker cards for you just for you to determine you don't want any. I don't know. I would take that if it was about maybe half that price. So we just put up a poker card or 2 up on the table, and when those sell, we'll put up some new cards up on the table. I got a rocket hat with my rocket ring from TCC. Oh, gotta go with that Team Rocket ring. Okay, let's see. Should I make those rocket rings for sale again? I say we go get them again. No worries, I'll keep an eye out. Oh my god. Oh, Azula, Talented Sister. Wow, I thought that was going to be stamped because that was looking spicy, man. How about that? Azula. There we go. Azula's the real mommy in Avatar. I feel like, in general, is just slow now, says Jason Knowing. What are you talking about, Jason? You feeling a little slow in the head? You take some caffeine, man. Avatar is such a good show. Good show, everyone. Okay, here we are. Wow, watch the neighbors shoot off lots and lots of fireworks. And yet, there were many houses that didn't shoot off fireworks, which I found fascinating too, including my own. I didn't spend any money on fireworks, and I don't normally spend anything on fireworks. Did you guys spend money on fireworks? If you did, how much did you spend? Here's Evan, Eric. I felt this year that there were definitely less fireworks than last year, and maybe that's just because we're in a new home, but it seems like we're surrounded by actually more homes than ever, and these homes out here are just as expensive as the homes I moved from. I spent $1,200 on fireworks. That's a lot of money. That's as much as this guy. Dragon Ball Z. This is the quietest 4th of July I've experienced. I'm in Southern California. It was more where I am, says Jarmo. Yeah, so I felt like there was actually fewer fireworks out there. And I wonder if it's a sign of an obvious recession occurring. You know what I mean? That's the destroy card. You can donate $1 to get that card ruined. There's a Wick for $1,200. $40 Hitmonchan. Venusaur. Oh, man. This guy's really nice. I'm going to set this guy down. He's been on the table for a while. All right. 6 custom lives. How's it going, Mr. Louie? It's probably your turn next. Let's see. Because we just did Edwin. Oh, and there we are. Louis Sutton, 22 minutes ago. Yep, Edwin ordered just before you, and now you've got your 6 live customs. Are you ready? All right. Ta-da! This year didn't have a dumpster on fire at my complex. I'm disappointed. He ordered 6 live custom, guys. I'm a little scared for him. Are you ready? So that's $120. I hope he pulls something. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they were all cold. Those are 6 cold live customs. Oh, man, Louis. So you go so deep in them. I'm sorry that they were cold. This happens. With the live customs, you could have a card worth $300 in it, which means you could technically have like 15 cold live customs in a row. But you're new. I'm going to get you a free card, okay, as a new guy. You ready for it? Let's see. What am I going to pull for you? Okay, this is kind of cool. So this is your free card. This is Bart. Uh-oh. So this is one that I graded with my own card company, Card Economist, and I'm giving it to you for free. That was tough, man. All right. There's the $100 profit margin, or profit Mr. Needed. Doesn't really work that way, Fernan. That's not true. I didn't actually make $100 there. Here's Lewis. Sutton. I'm going to give you 2, Lewis, just because it's a 4th of July holiday. No beginner luck for Louis. No, that's not true. Louis actually pulled a nice silver coin last time, but this round was a little bit cold. All right, so these are bonus slabs for you. Now you feel the feeling of what am I trying to say? You feel the feeling of pain. I think I was trying to say fear. Now you know the fear of opening live customs. Whew. So the reason why I say that's not a $100 profit is because obviously that $100 goes toward a card in the live customs. In other words, if that card cost me $100 and he gets it for $100, then I'm really just breaking even on that card. And sometimes that's the case. Sometimes I'm putting cards in the live custom that I even lost money on. That happens. So could I get another booster up here? Let's see. Actually, I think that we could probably get this. Ugh. In this case, you made a hundo. No, so I'm trying to explain it. That's not how it works. I don't just make 100 if I sell $100 of live customs, because those live customs pay for the actual slabs in the live customs. So that money just goes toward the slab. If I made money on the slab, then I made money. So let's say I took a $100 slab and sold it for $120. Well, then I made 20 bucks. Can we have a free Beckett 10 first edition Charizard? Uh-huh. There you go. All you have to do is close your eyes and imagine that I'm doing it. Because you have to be dreaming. Isaac Schmutzer, I'm hooked. Give me 2 more of those energy lottos. You got it, man. Mister, I won my vintage booster pack through the live customs. Won. Oh, really? Ah, they're cold. I'm sorry, Isaac. I know what you're talking about. So what you're saying is you pulled a 5 spots in the base set sublist. That's what you're talking about. Cool, man. That's neat. Here's another charity card. When you donate $1 to this card and it reaches 0, this card eventually gets handed out to the audience. Nobody really donates to it anymore. Maybe another sign that people do not have as much money left over. Back in the day, the charity card used to move faster, in my opinion. Holland Electrode. This guy's way too nice. He's got to go. He's going to the live customs. TV, let me say this. Simmer down now. So this card's now going in the live customs. So Elon Musk, get in this chat now. What are you saying? Where am I in the queue? Probably not too far off because it's a short line, guys. Short line tonight. Jump in if you'd like. There we go. Horsty's going into those live customs. And so here's like a box of all the things you can pull. This box is full of things you can pull. Ah, this one says hit. Wow. Blue Poker Debt Squirrel 9.5. Great card. That's one of the better pulls then in the live customs. Pulling that for 20 bucks would be pretty cool. Oh, right here, Nath Rayner. 3 spots on the Rocket Pack, 1 live custom, 4 Poke 151s. All right, Mr. Nath, good luck. Ah, cold as well. Those are some cold live customs. Now, let's get you those 3 spots in the Rocket Pack break. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. This is going to say Mr. Nath Rayner. I've donated around 25 bucks to the charity card. Let's go, y'all. Yeah, it's been there for a long time. The wick. It's kind of funny because it's been sitting there so long. I'd love to just see it go away so I can get it off the table. It's boring to see it over and over again. Is the Charizard box topper auction still live? What's up, Brian? It's not an auction. It's a break. And yes, it's still live. The break is still live, just like this Rocket Pack break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's it. The Rocket Pack break is halfway done. There are 23 spots remaining for the Rocket Pack break. $10 per spot. He's talking about these breaks. So we run breaks. I've been thinking about offering one more break, a booster box. But yes, here it is. We got a Charizard over here. $10 a spot, 262 spots. The Lily card, $10 a spot, 89 spots. And the Rocket Pack. In the future, I think we're going to jump it all to $20. So minimum $20 buy-in. Because it's just so many energy cards to do $10. I mean, it's like a million energy cards. And I'm going to run out of energy cards if we do this forever. So I think $20 is going to be the future buy-in. Let's go ahead and get you your 4 Pokemon 151s. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, Mr. Nath. Oh. Can I slab away a case of 151? In theory, you could. I think I'd have to ask for a different amount, not just $25, because you're really asking me to whip out a giant chunk of cash for that. Let me see. Hold on. There is actually a price where I'd be comfortable doing that. And I don't think it's 6%. $25, I mean. So I would do that for you for $140. I would slap away a case of Pokemon 151 for $140. You would pay that $140 down, and then any dollar after that would go toward the case. All right. How safe is it to eat the old stick of gum in the card packs? I've heard people claim that it's safe, but why would you do it? It's just stupid. Just go eat a normal piece of gum. Here's Vaporeon. Do I just PayPal you at $10 a spot with a message? Yep. You just tell me what break you want to go into, and then we write your name down on an energy card and add you to the break. Here we are. Nath Rainer. How much is a case? They're pretty expensive. I think they're past $2,000 by now. I think they are. Mr. Nath Rainer. Ready? There we go. Nathaniel Martinez, one Mario Hanafuda. Okay. Here we are. Oh, you got Shy Guy. Very cute. These Hanafudas are surprisingly popular. Especially the fact you can buy just one of them. Okay. One Merlin sticker card. You got it. Merlin. I ate the 1989 Mario tattooed gum. It was like eating chalk. Yeah, I don't really recommend it, guys. I mean, because not only is it really old, but it's like pressed up against ink and cardboard for all those years. So you don't know what you're really putting into your body. Why put something dangerous like that in your body? All right, Nathaniel. Mr. Nathaniel, let's see what you got. You could do it for like a YouTube video to get views, I guess. Yeah, it was pretty damn gross, says Jeremy. Was it? Probably not sweet at all, was it? I bet you all the sugar kind of like died or molded or something. I'm here, says Snorlax V. Oh, is that the Snorlax V that we know from the past? Here we are. No flavors, says Jeremy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There we go. No Charizard in there. Not yet. There we go. Whew, man, I'm sleepy, man. Carter Hindershide, live grade on Shaman from Roaring Skies, and timestamp. You got it, Mr. Carter. And timestamp, huh? So, for the timestamp, you don't give me the timestamp. You have to give John the timestamp. All right, so let me show you how to do that. Carter, are you watching? So, timestamps are over here. See this channel, timestamp for QR? I know it's complicated. But you come here, and you add it down here, okay? Looks like nobody's done that in a long time. 6/18 was the last time that we did a timestamp. But you place the timestamp in here, all right? Or else John's not going to get a hold of that. All right. I'm going to take the card away and give it a live grade, everybody. I guess leave. Here we are. Mr. Carter Hindershide with his live grade on the Shaman. I'll be back, everybody. Enjoy the bad music. All right, that was pretty easy. So this one, unfortunately, is a 9. Almost an 8. But it was just too nice in the front. Really nice in the front. But you flip it around, white dot, off center here, and there's a like a line right here, unfortunately. So that's Carter Hinterscheid with the 9. Such a nice card, though. I noticed from actually owning a lot of XY era cards that PSA tends to be more lenient on the grade for the XY era. Have you guys noticed that too? There we go. Yeah, PSA is actually nicer to XY era cards. Okay. Carter. I want to be famous, says Cheese. Do you? How about politics? Pretty crazy stuff, says Dobe. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Pretty crazy stuff. What are we talking about? Final Fantasy Opus 1, $24. Great set. Definitely what you'd... If I was opening Final Fantasy, I'd just be opening that set. There's Raichu. Zapdos. Bulbasaur. And... Oh, first edition Chansey. Hey, mister, when's the next PSA submission going out? I'll probably be working on it tomorrow. I was going to work on it today, but then my wife got kind of upset that I was talking about working. She's like, it is the 4th of July. I'm not going to be alone on 4th of July. Edwin Delcid, 6 packs of Avatar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why, you got a card you're trying to submit? She says, nah. Dude. How many is this? This is 5. My wife. I'm tired of saying my wife. I'm going to call her my girlfriend. Sexier. I'm going to call her my side chick. There we go. She's going to find that sexy. She'll be like, I'm your side chick. Ooh, hot. When you've been together 10 years, you got to find ways to keep it spicy in the bedroom, guys. There we go. 1035 is the official police code for side chick. What? My slut. So today, I was going for a walk with my slut. That'd be pretty funny, actually. That's so not gay. More like romantic. All right, here goes Mr. Edwin. Today I was going for a walk with my side chick. Oh, so but stuff or toe stuff. My wife and I have been married 14 years. Nice, man. Here we are. Okay. Here's... Whoa. Oh, my God. Imagine this was a stamped card. Mr. Garrett Nadal would have been devastated. There it is. Edwin Delcid. Needless to say, he's not the only one who's interested in pulling hot cards out of here. I'd have a few that enjoyed being called that. Yeah, only a few. People are a lot dirtier in their mind than they are when they are in a social gathering, let's say, because yeah, I think it's hard for people to come out with like their fantasies and stuff like that. You have to create an environment where they feel safe to share that kind of stuff. There we are. Edwin Delcid. Sexuality gets pretty animal, pretty freaky. Not a very civilized thing, is it? Sexuality is like the opposite of civilized. Unseeming. Horrible Mister on Demon Time. That card should still be pricey because, gosh dang, Soka. Yeah, it looks good. Soka Cactus Juice. Okay, that's for Mr. Edwin. I got a stamped top. Nice, Nikki. Soka D's nuts. Why bait that it was a stamp? Well, I don't know. I thought maybe it could be. I wasn't trying to do any tricks. All right, what else can we put up on the table for fun? Is there anything new I can add to the table? I feel like I should be looking to add new things. Yeah, think about it. WTF is a woman, says Ryan. A woman is a woman. Why would you even ask that? You know, a woman. Edwin Delcid, Energy Lotto, 2 spots. You got it. Show us your feet. You don't want to see these feet. We got 1 and 2. Boom. Cold. Sorry. Ruben Aguilar, $20 to the Destroy Slab? Damn, dude. I did not expect that. Ruben says, let's destroy that slab. He said, charity slab? Forget about it. Destroy slab. 189, 169. Whoa. That is moving that slab along. Even Alex goes, damn. Next up, Ryan Shapiro. I want a cold live custom. Really? You want a cold one? All right, let's crack out a cold one. This is Ryan Shapiro. Camping gear. Ah, man, it is cold. Do we have to destroy that slab? Yeah, it has to be destroyed. Because that's what everyone who's paid into it wants to see. So I think if we took it and we didn't destroy it, it'd probably upset some people. Dem feet is nasty. Nosty? We got Beatrice Moniz. Can I get 2 bulk raids for my Ender Dragon sketch card and Enderman sketch card? Also 2 packs of Time to Mine. Okay. So you want 2 of these. And then you got 2 cool cards you want to grade. Bud with my buds. Let's try and grab the first box and see if both of them are in here first. Whew. Yeah, people who paid to see it get destroyed might be upset if we like gave it away or something. They'd be like, that's not what I paid for. Ah, okay, so we do need the other box. Pay people their money's back. I'd be like, nope, keeping it. What if I did a big trick with that? I said, I was just tricking you guys. I'm giving it away. And then I said, shame on all you who wanted to see it broken up. Now, I want to see it drilled too. I think it's way cooler. The thing is, people have the option to pay down the charity card. Like I showed off both cards tonight. You got this zombie as well, by the way. Oh, second. Oh, you got these sketch cards, man. Let's keep these good cards in your new box because we got 2 boxes currently. Can you destroy it with hot metal? No, what we like to do is we put a hole through the card, and this ensures that it'll never sell as a 10 ever again, but it actually mostly keeps the card intact. And there's a good reason for that, is because we like to see what's been destroyed over time. So it helps remind us what's been done. Otherwise, you'll forget. I promise you'll forget. Like right now, I got a box of drilled cards, and if I bring them out, you'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot drilling that one. Hey, mister, is the world flat? Or is the world round? Definitely flat. Whoa. It's not destroyed, just ruined. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see them, mister. I don't know. I suppose we could get them out. The drilled cards. Okay, and we'll take these and put them in here. Sphere Cucks, get out. Whee! Oh, Sphere Cucks, huh? Okay, this is for Mr. Beatrice. Is it a Mr. Beatrice or a Miss Beatrice? Okay, we got a bag here for you. Flop them out. You guys need help, says Jam Bobby. Are you offering to help us? People always get very upset when they see that we've drilled a card, but it's like, that's what people paid for. They want to see it. But I feel like there's a good reason to drill the card, because now it's out of the market. And so the market's always expanding rapidly, and taking one card out of the market is it's actually overall good for collectors. Yeah, having fewer cards is good. How did that come out of my hands? Oh, rainbow. Nice, man. Don't look. There he is. Whoa. Never heard a guy named Beatrice before. Can we pay to drill you, mister? There's a price, cheese, for everything. Here we are. But you're not going to like it. 5 bazillion. Time for stew. I heard... Oh, no, never mind. I already read that wrong. Why is it so hard to not eat junk food? Yeah, you haven't been properly motivated. That's why. Just drill a hole. You're killing me, Smalls. I'm not gay, but 20 bucks is 20 bucks. I'm not gay, but he paid a whopping $5. I have $10 to drill, mister. Ooh. Feeding time. Actually, you know, it is 4th of July, so you could ask the question, why do people spend money on things that just blow up? Why would anyone spend any money on fireworks ever? It's literally just like you take this thing and it blows up. There we go. Not to mention, if you wanted to see fireworks, you can go watch many videos of them. There we go. There we go. So people like to destroy things. It's a good feeling. Because we're ape and we like fire. There you go. And your cards are off the grade. There we go. Let's see who's in the line. Who's in this queue? Mr. Cheese says 1 sneaker, 151. All right, you got it, Mr. Cheese. So if your price was $1 billion to get drilled and we crowdsourced the money, would all donors get in on the train? No. Maybe there was a boy named Sue, so there's a chance Beatrice can be a dude. I found the Soka SR card on TCG Player. I watched them for free from the Pyro Dads from the neighborhood. The Pyro Dads. There you go. The dads who took your college money and spent it on things that blow up. Dad. Dad, that's my inheritance. Stop blowing up my inheritance. Yeah, there we are. There we go. Jinx and Tangela. Tangerine. Lovely. This ought to be Cheese's favorite monsters, a tentacle monster. You got the anime girls and the tentacle monsters. I'll watch them. Oh, I already read that. Slow chat section tonight. Live chat. There we go. We're good. What do we got back here? Should I even get high? Here is a donation card. It is down to 234. 6 Corrupteds Vaporeon card. A lot of donation cards going on. I better make sure that we only do one at a time. A little saturated. There is a Blueback Venomoth 9.5 and a Wigglytuff. That's tough. Jennifer Yap. Hey, mister. 5 Clay Burst. You got it, Jennifer. 5 Clay Burst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 spot in the Zard Breaker, 1 spot in the Lily Break. You got it. Ta-da. Thanks, Jennifer. There we go. So that's the Rocket Break. Here's the Lily Break. And here is the Charizard Break. Oh, wow. The Lily Break's making a lot of progress, too, actually. Very cool. Imagine in 3 years, when the U.S. hits 250 years, that July 4th will be ridiculous, I believe. Nah, I don't think so. All right, Jennifer, yeah, it'll just be another year. Maybe when it hits 300 years old. All right, cold. Oh, the fish. Wow, the fish. Jumpluff. A cold one. A Pikachu. And a cold one. That's for Jennifer. Thank you, Jen. Oh, Jen. So, Jennifer, you're supposed to pull a Charizard. Repent and believe the gospel, says James Tippin. First year of COVID, when Gavin Newsom said don't celebrate, was like Fallujah out here. Oh, you're saying people celebrated anyways? They celebrated extra hard. Thomas Glucksman. Hey, mister, I'd like to ship my bag in Murkrow Slab. I haven't ordered in a really long time. Should be mostly Final Fantasy cards. All right, Mr. Thomas. Thomas Glucksman. Aha! Whoa, you're getting closer to that year old. I'm glad you popped in, Thomas. You still have some time left, but I don't like to see people's bags get repoed. It is Thomas Glucksman. Do. Priet. Just have to drive my bro to the airport. My bro? How many Hanafuda cards do you have left? A lot. Yeah, I bought a ton of them. A lot of Marios left in there. A lot of Yoshis. Been watching One Piece card tournaments, but no shop near me carries or plays it. Big sad. I'm sorry. Andrew Zhang is next. He says 151 snipe. You got it, Andrew Zhang. Do 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 do. Scoopy ba doopy ba doo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh. Gengar and Wigglytuff. Nice. The Gengar's nice. Lighting it up for Luke. Let's see. You'd probably be over here. No shop carries Weiss or Japanese cards near me. I'm pissed. Local gas station on the East Coast lowered gas to $1.77 a gallon for the whole day. For the 4th, it was mayhem. Really? Wow, man. Why even bother doing that? Because you know you're just going to get like this huge line of people ordering the... You know what I mean? It's like not even fun. They probably don't appreciate you. They probably don't go, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to come here next time when it's full price. Next up, we got Jerry Chang. 2 avatar packs, 1 live custom. Jerry... You better not, Jerry. Is this a snipe? Oh, my God. Oh, it's a snipe. He got Rocket's Trap for 1 pack. I had a feeling, Jerry. Let's see. I believe that's this one right here. Congratulations. Oh, what's nice about this card is you can upgrade it to a Gem Mint 10 now. Brandon Boutillier. Spot in the Team Rocket break, says Brandon Boutillier. Oh, wait a second. Did we finish the other order? Jerry Chang needed 2 avatar packs. Hold on. Jerry Chang, 2 avatar packs. I got all excited. There it is. Go ahead and snip that up. Yeah, she's looking crazy in that picture, man. Jerry Chang. There you go. And are you on the table now? Yeah, you're on the table. There we go. Now we're ready for Brandon Boutillier. Mr. Brandon. Some bud with my buds. Rocket. Rocket's halfway done. Gerardo Salas, PokeBRUH. Happy 4th of July. Hello, Gerardo. Oh, this is kind of low, huh? We need some new PokeBRUHs. Pidove, Zapdos, Sylveon, ooh, Dust Noir, and Trevenant. That's a hit. Nice PokeBRUH. Didn't want to grab that wire. Let's grab this. Treat your Pokedaddies right, or I'll take them, says Alex. What? Where are the Fwee ones, says Rand. Rand, you missed it. We gave out a $100 card. We could probably do another giveaway. I don't think it could be $100 again. It could not be another $100. I'm not that rich. I'm not give away $200 a day rich. Skip this song. I hate this song. Okay. Jerry Chang, I accidentally sent an extra 20 from the last order. So, could I get another live custom? And also, I would like 3 Dragon Maids. I have a bag. Really? Hold on. Let me take another look at that. Jerry Chang. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that is odd. I didn't notice that the first time. Okay. So, he wants another live custom and 3 Dragon Maids. Could you double dip? You think you're going to get another hit, huh? You think you're the guy, huh? The double hit guy. There you go. I could be Jen's Pokedaddy, but I choose not to. Mr. doesn't want to give away 1,776 worth of cards to celebrate America. He's basically Antifa. That's right. I'm going to punch a Nazi. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. I'm fighting the evil patriarchy. Nazis are bad. I'm like a hero, basically. It's like it's still World War II. It's not over. All right, let's see. I told you guys I got into a fight with the guy who ended up being in Antifa, and at some point in the fight, he just immediately called me a Nazi, even though I said nothing about any of their ideology or ideas. All I was saying is that I'm not a fan of unions. That's all I said. I said, I'm not a fan of unions. I told him, I think people should create new businesses to compete with the other business and provide more job opportunities, and that'll drive the cost of labor up because there's more demand for the labor. So what you're telling me is you're basically a Nazi. I'm going to punch you. All right, here we go. He's him. It's very simptastic in here, says Breaks. Antifa stands for pussies, says Gerardo. No, it was really weird because I suddenly started to get the feeling like he probably was mildly autistic. I started to think, because the way he was talking, I was like, you talk kind of like somebody who's in La La Land in their head. And then I started to get it. He thinks he's a superhero from World War II. That's what it is. They have a fantasy where they're like a superhero from World War II. Yeah, I'm like, I'm still fighting the war, man. We're the winners. And so I feel like it's probably people who have very weak identities sort of attaching themselves to this concept like they're fighting the bad guy, the evil bad, like G.I. Joe or something like that. And yeah, it's really fun. And so everything they look at is either you're a Nazi or you're an Antifa, and there's no, that's their whole world. They're like trapped in their imagination to some degree. All right, so Jerry Chang's second live custom pack. I'm not saying everyone from Antifa's like that, but man, it left an impression on me. I'm like, is everyone from Antifa this crazy? You need to go take your meds, man. Here's Vanille. Ooh. My new favorite insult is, you sound like you're vaccinated. There you go. Oh, my God. That's them. Who is? Nazi, racist, fascist, the go-to insult for Antifa nerds. One good punch to the throat fixes the problem, though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've seen videos of them. They hang out in little clusters. Here we go. I don't think they're looking. I don't think any of them are looking for a 1v1. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, we're fighting. It's World War II still. Dude, it's been like 100 years since then. Can we move on? My God. Nothing interesting in history has replaced World War II, so people are still trapped in World War II in their mind. That's the big thing. I'm still involved. It's still going on, I promise. It's like, it's not. It's over, dude. It ended a long time ago. Ended. Time to move on with life. Here we go. Jerry Chang. Insert politician is like Hitler. Right? That's the other thing you hear a lot. All right, Mr. Jerry. All right. It's been 80 years? It's going to be 100 years soon enough. 20 years from now, it's going to be 100 years. Let me think about it. When did that end? 1940 something? And we're in 2023? Yeah, it's like 80 years. Time to have something more interesting in life than World War II, because everything is not World War II. My God. It's in the movies, too. That's part of the problem. Like, all the movies is World War II, World War II, World War II. Oh, my dear Lord, dude. Look at that Togetic, man. That's spicy. I like that Togetic. What do you guys want to see put up on this table, huh? The hot ones? Onyx. The videos of Antifa getting wrecked by people, it's great to watch. The one guy smoking a cigarette while clocking a group of them is glorious. As strange as it sounds, that is pretty normal from people who grew up with parents and grandparents who were in wars from hearing the stories their whole childhood. Yeah, but that's not true, though. So, like, my whole point is that if it was 80 years ago, then the only people from World War II left are like 100 years old. So you would have to have like a World War II veteran who's still alive who could give you a first-hand accounting of the war. Otherwise, it's just people talking about a memory of the war that they didn't participate in. So, like, so the 100-year-old World War II veteran, he may have had a son who then is 80 years old. So he's 20 years younger, and he can tell his dad's story pretty well, maybe, but he wasn't actually there. So then it's just a memory. And yeah, we've moved away from that war. It's so far in the future. Everything can't be looked at through the lens of World War II at this point. It's really silly and outdated. Here's Jose Jimenez, one PokeBRUH. I suspect it's because there's nothing interesting going on in the world anymore. We don't have any wars so severe or fascinating 100 years later, which is a good thing, by the way. Oh, what is this? Okay, you're getting a poker round. You ready? What are we going to pull? Oh, so Viper's nice, actually. Joker card's nice. Lawnmower, that's Rotom. Golduck, and Slowpoke. There you go, Jose Jimenez. What do you think about the heat this summer? It's warm out there. It was warm last year where I live. Real warm. They try to make this space thing popular so they can do an fake alien attack. Wake me up when September ends. Preach, minister, we comfy. Taliban and other Middle Eastern groups do horrible things, but we can't compare them. Then it's racist. I don't know what you mean by that. Compare them to what? I love World War II stuff. Got tired of it. I actually heard a really interesting TikTok today. It was an imam in another country, one of the Middle Eastern countries, and he was talking so much trash on France, but it wasn't what I expected to hear. So if you listen to him talk, and he was all dressed all fancy, he was obviously like at church or something, I don't know, but if you listen to him talk, he sounded like you would conclude that he was like on the far right if he was a white guy in France. But it was basically like, yeah, so France opened its doors and let all the garbage from our country in. He's like, those are the guys we put in jail and behead. We wouldn't, he's like, we wouldn't let them in our society. But France thinks that it's so smart and so woke, so they took all the trash out of our country, and now look at what they're dealing with. I was like, bro! But he made some really fascinating points, the imam did, because he says something along the lines of, there are more radical strains of Islam that we don't even like to live with, and those guys don't get accepted in our society. And so what happens is they leave to other countries, including France, and now France has terrorist attacks, and we don't. I was like, what? Does France deal with more terrorism than actual Middle Eastern countries where it's like they're fully Muslim? It's a fascinating concept because I had not thought of it. But yeah, he was well spoken. He was talking about the subject, And he made it sound like the real problem with France is that they're so empathetic that they're basically creating an environment for criminals to arrive. And I'm like, huh, that sounds like California getting rid of the law that would stop people from stealing. Well, what do? You get a bunch of thieves. You know what I mean? So he was talking about that, and he's like, too bad for them. It was really funny. Joey says, Mister, you my main guy. Appreciate you. Hello, Joey. But I thought that was interesting that he believed that France in the future will have more terrorism than Middle Eastern countries that are fully Islamic, because they're too afraid to clap down on radicalism or issues of that nature. And the people who are migrating into France, perhaps they're the rejects from their Middle Eastern society that they're coming from. And yeah, so it all kind of ties into this subject we often talk about, like political correctness, naivety. Very fascinating. That's his opinion. I'm just repeating it. I probably could find the clip. Athim says, 2 clay burst for me. You got it, Mr. Athim. All right. And then he says, Disney Pixar for Jen. Oh, all right. 1 Disney pack for Jen. We're used to the news of riots. France suffers from pathological altruism. Right, or you could call it like white guilt or white savior complex, or you could call it regressive leftism. There's many terms. I think even the Chinese have a term for it, where it's a term that refers to white liberals who are arrogant. I've heard of this, but I don't remember what the word was. All right, what we got? Oh, and Donald Duck. That was for Jennifer from Mr. Hathim. Simp! Imagine he got Jen the steamboat. Yeah, that'd be pretty big. That'd be huge. My name's Paul, and that's blanks between y'all. What? It's reparations, not theft. All right, Hathim. Let's grab Jennifer's bag. Oh, he said Disney Pixar. Oh, well, I tell you what, I made the mistake already. And technically, this is an upgrade, okay? So I'm going to allow this to be the pack. If that's all right, I think it is. Because it could have been Steamboat, but unfortunately it was cold. But that was actually an upgrade. So she got an even better pull. She got an even better potential pull. Oops. Yeah, he said Disney Pixar. Oof. I read the Disney part, and then my mind said, go get a Disney pack. All right. Temlet. What's up, Temlet? All right, cold and cold. But yeah, so the Imam was basically saying there's people in our society that we reject, criminals we don't want, impoverished people we don't want in our society, and we basically let Paris take them all. What? Sounds like a plan. Emiliano says, Mr. Book Grade, 3 cards, Spellbinding Circle, Ringo Worm, and Albion. Ooh, okay. Mr. Emiliano. Let's try and find it. For reparations, we should get everyone that wants a ticket to Africa. Here we are. Let's see. Probably this. All right. Hey, Africa's only poor because of colonization, Rand. Stop being a racist. Freaking racist. Put this over here. I was listening to a guy talk about how colonization was actually one of the better things to happen in Africa. That's a controversial take, but I was listening to him talk about it in a debate, and he was saying basically when the colonization occurred, all of this European technology was brought over to Africa, where they virtually had zero technology at the time, none. And they lived basically just as tribes. So all of a sudden they had European medicine, European scientific, technological advancements, buildings and infrastructure was designed. But all of this was to support sort of like Rhodesia or whatever it was called. But as a result, they benefited from that. And so Spellbinding Circle. Let's find that Spellbinding Circle. Now, I don't have a very strong opinion on that subject. That is something that other people are meant to debate, not me. But I find that fascinating because for many years, I've heard people say, hey, well, The reason Africa doesn't do well today is because of all the colonization that occurred in the past. And all I could think is like, didn't we drop like bombs, nuclear bombs on Japan? Didn't Japan destroy China and Korea? Didn't South Korea and North Korea have a massive war? Like, all these countries eventually managed to turn themselves around and develop into something. And this just never happens in Africa unless somebody else does it for them, essentially. And so the colonization question has always never really felt that strong with me. I've always scratched my head. It's like there's so many countries that start with nothing and turn themselves into something. But maybe it is the case that one country is so especially held down by the other countries, and there's just nothing they can do about it. But I don't know. I do not know. What's fascinating, though, hearing that actually colonization brings you technology, brings you knowledge. When I heard that, I was like, actually, that sounds probably like what would have happened. All of a sudden, you got trains that you never had before. You got airplanes. You got boats. You got vehicles. You got buildings that had never been built before. And not that I'm saying it's especially fun or good. It's actually probably really deeply insulting to have another country come and occupy your lands. But, you know, so the colonization, the Rhodesian, all that's over. It's been over for a while. And they're still struggling in South Africa right now, right? They're having trouble with food supplies. They tried to take the land away from white people because of reparations or whatever it was. And now they had to beg for them to come back because they were having a food supply collapse, and they were starving to death. And yeah, it's a fascinating thing, in my opinion. It's a fascinating subject. Here we are. I don't like the assumption that just because a country has colonized you, that's exclusively the reason why your country can't succeed. You know what I mean? Pretty sure you cut their arms off and force them to mine diamonds. Mining diamonds with no arms? I say we take all the white people and send them out to space. Here you are, Mr. Emiliano. I believe you have a lovely bag back here. Let's go grab it. Did I see right that China's worried about a debt to USA? What? Ah, here we are. I'm not sure how they would be worried about that because we don't owe them a lot more. What? Here we are. We owe them money? I thought that America was just wealthy. I'm going to have a sip of my water now, if you don't mind. I thought America was rich. How are we in debt? We're in debt to China? We pay them interest? Actually, it makes a lot of sense that America is a debtor country because we print money and we're the global reserve currency. We have more guns. We don't owe anyone stuff. Yeah, but imagine if we actually went through with this concept, Mr. Becoming Wrath, because you've been fed that by probably somebody who believes in infinite money printing and socialism as being a solution to all problems. They probably told you, oh, well, if our debt ever gets too bad, we'll just say, oh, we're not paying it back. Nah. We got all the guns and nuclear bombs. If that actually happened, I guarantee you all of the countries would stop using US dollars, stop buying our stuff, the small amount that we export, and it would be a collapse for the U.S. So anyone who really believes that we could just go in with our military and force the whole world to use our currency probably has a very lofty belief in America's supposed, let's say, political, what would you call it, competency for both our Democrats and Republicans to say, yeah, let's go enslave the world into using our currency. Very unlikely, right? So instead, we would collapse because our politicians hate each other and the people in America do not get along. Nathaniel says 2 Mario Hanafudas and 1 shipping. You got it. I meant more like money is only as useful as the value we assign to it. Ooh, guns are much more objective. Here it is. Ah, Rosalina. Very nice. Debt, don't worry, my gun will just crash an aeroplane into the office that holds the debt. Here we are. Where did those trillions of dollars go? I don't know. Terrorist attack time. There's a lot of people who really buy into the 9/11 conspiracy. It's kind of interesting. That doesn't make it true, obviously. It's just, oh, look at that. You got Daisy. That's awesome, man. Rosalina and Daisy. Waifus in this set, huh? Now, what's crazy about these, Mario Hanafuda cards are graded by PSA. PSA grades these. And I think these are a little bit older, too. Our commander-in-chief can't even spell his own name. You're talking about Joe Biden? Joe Biden. So, Nathaniel Martinez. I really like him. I like how he's an old white guy, not diverse at all, in charge of the party obsessed with diversity, and he can barely speak, and has had nothing but disasters occur while he's in charge. Have we never shipped you? Let me go get your address, Mr. Nathaniel. Thousands. I watched a documentary with thousands of professional skyscraper builders that said it was impossible for them to go down like that. That's not possible. Biggest project in the world is being done without US dollars right now. China building the Belt Road project, first time in history. Yep, they're our competitor. They're pretty close to us economically. When they are an economic powerhouse that is so strong that a country can choose between America or China, in other words, dealing business with us and working with our currencies, if they can choose, hey, you know what? I'm never working with the U.S. again. I'll use the Chinese yuan. It's party time for them over there because they're going to get fantastically wealthier than they already are. And you're going to see a depression in America, probably worse than the actual depression that we had many years ago. In the 1940s or whatever it was, 1930s. When did the Great Depression happen? I always forget. So the Great Depression in America will be so severe if the dollar collapses. It'll be insane. It will be, like, unbelievably difficult. We're so used to seeing other countries struggle with, like, having enough food, having shelter, people starving to death. It was almost impossible to imagine that occurring in America, but it's like, it could definitely happen. All the rich people pack their bags, get on a private jet, they go to New Zealand, they transfer all their money out of the country to, like, Switzerland or something, right? So there's no rich people to eat. They're all gone. They just fly away. They got flying carriages now. There's no way to eat them. And then we just run completely out of money, and the supply chain falls apart, and then there's lines at the grocery store, and the price of food's $1 million. Everyone loses their job. Nothing's selling. What do we got? We got Edwin Delson. Avatar, please. You got it, Edwin. Okay. We have more guns. They need our protection in our military, so they stay with our currency system. Yeah, that's not going to be true eventually either. We do have a lot of guns in the United States, but I want to point something out, Becoming Wrath. We're not especially unified in the United States, so we might disagree on how to use those guns. So let me just say it like this. Think of the politicians as sort of like the brains, and the military is sort of like the guns, right? Well, if the brain can't agree what to do with the guns, you can have the biggest gun in the world. It doesn't matter. You have the most guns, the best army, but if your politicians are split, what are you supposed to do? So, and our politicians are split. They don't agree on what to do. So you might be overestimating the effectiveness of our military. Not just that. Okay, so hold on. Last Airbender, 6. So you ordered 6 of these. Edwin Delcid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that case, military coup and riot. Yeah, but if we actually had a military coup, again, all those terrible things I described happen all over again. All the rich people pack their bags and fly out of the country, and they transfer all their wealth out of the country. And then they stop buying stuff over here. They stop operating businesses over here because they're like, this is effed. And then a currency collapse occurs because you cannot use the reserve currency of a country that is completely unstable and there's been a military coup. Why would you use their currency? So there would likely be a currency collapse, people dumping the US dollar as fast as they can because they know the collapse is going to accelerate as everyone begins to dump their US dollars, right? So even in a military coup scenario, it's pretty bad. And then what you want to do, go out and say, use our dollar or we'll kill you. Like, I don't think we have enough guns for that. You're also underestimating how much military is out in the world, right? So it's not just like the number of soldiers for each country, but let's say it was. I think China would actually do better than us. They got a bazillion people over there, right? But it's really about the nuclear arsenal. And between China and Russia, they got enough. They could paint our whole country into just a big nuclear winter. And so there's enough nuclear bombs over there. There doesn't need to be like some long, prolonged battlefield where we're like doing ninja stars and dressed up as knights in shining armor. No, it's just these big bombs just trade to the other side. That's all it is. And so, yeah, I mean, as impressive as you think our military is, what do you think we're actually going to do with it to force people to accept the US dollar as the reserve currency? Nothing. There's not all that much we can do. We can pick on like weaker, pathetic countries that don't have much money. They don't have much military. They also don't have much wealth. So it's not like they were using a lot of US dollars in the first place. But we can go in and tell them, hey, you're going to trade oil in our dollar, not in the Chinese yuan. But you know what might increasingly start to happen? China might actually start arming those countries and saying, oh, no, you're not going to invade this country XYZ for no reason anymore because we're going to actually help them. And so if you try to invade, your soldiers are going to die for nothing. We're going to give them all kinds of weapons, just like what we're doing right now with Russia and Ukraine. So this idea that, you know, we'll just force the world to use our currencies, that's definitely, in my opinion, that's a fantasy. There's a lot of nuclear bombs and a lot of wealth around the world when you collect all the countries together. Maybe one of the questions you should ask yourself about worldwide currencies is, would Europe run to our aid if we asked them to help us protect the US dollar? Why would they? Europe is working on the European euro. Why would they come rushing to our aid, sending their kids off to die, to protect the US dollar, which they might not even be a fan of? They're like, US dollar? You guys should keep printing that shit. You print that shit so you can give free stuff away to your people. Why would we then go die for you? We're not your slaves. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think our allies are big fans of the idea of going to war to protect the US dollar. They'd be like, let it collapse. Mr. Edwin. Edwin with an E. Actually, you know, if America's currency collapsed, that's a great opportunity for the rest of the world, including Europe. Europe would be like, wait, so your stuff is cheap now? Good, because we got some money and we're going to come in and buy it. We got some euros over here. We're going to come buy some of your stuff because your dollar's worth nothing. It happened in California. They voted in the idiots that ruined the state. Now all the rich people moved out. Actually, that's a really interesting example, but that's not true. There's still a lot of wealthy people in California, but they are seriously questioning trying new places like Florida. They got some pretty fancy beach houses. You got Texas has got some beach houses too, you know. But there's a lot of places you can move to in America, and there's been a net outflow of people out of California who are fed up with paying high taxes. There's a saying, money goes where it's treated best, and it's a fair saying. I think it's actually pretty strongly accurate. If you treat money badly in your state, if you want to tax everyone to death for your socialist ideology, your utopia is going to be underfunded, because eventually people are going to go, I'm tired of this. I'm going somewhere else, man. I'm going somewhere where I can make some money, and the money can be for my kids, not for your kids. Here we are at Dragonair. It's just natural. Just natural. People want to help each other up to a certain point. And we have not seen that. Utopia exists anywhere. And what we do see is we see governments who love to waste your money. So it's like you just give the government a bunch of money to help the poor, and then instead they chuck $80 billion to Ukraine to prolong the Ukraine-Russian war, and then perhaps trigger a nuclear war. Meanwhile, they're not really helping your kids. Elaine Sanko, hey, mister, I'll take 3. You Pokemon 151s. China still eats dog meat. Yeah, I mean, they eat pigs too. You know, pigs are smarter than dogs, I think, right? People in America think that they're so moralistic about dogs, but I'm pretty sure I read that pigs have a higher IQ than dogs. Let me look that up. Is that wrong? I always have to look this up because I never remember. Here it is. You ready? Pigs are gentle creatures with surprising intelligence. Studies found that they're smarter than dogs and even 3-year-old children. In the wild, pigs form small groups that typically include a few sows and their piglets. All right, there you go. So we take intelligent animals like pigs, smarter than dogs, and we eat them all day long. We don't care. So, you know, you want to get all moralistic about the Chinese eating dogs. To them, it's just another animal. And it was here in the United States that we gave them a status of family member. 2 chili willies. But, you know, the Chinese will eat pigs, too. They don't care. The Chinese understand themselves as an animal in the wild, and we're here to eat other animals. Right? Like, I'm pretty sure dogs get eaten in Africa in the wild by lions or whatever. They don't feel bad about it. Just another animal. 2 lost origins. Let's see. And if those African dogs caught you unaware, they'd eat you in 2 seconds. They don't care. Let's see. Lost origin. Where are you? Here we are. Ellis isn't smarter than a pig. What's next? Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer ate some intelligent creatures. Who cares? What? I grew up on a farm, and pigs aren't smarter than dogs. Maybe you had the stupid pigs. I'm just teasing you. I don't know, man. I didn't run the studies. I can't prove them. I can't disprove them. It's just what Google returns when you type in the question, are pigs smarter than dogs? Let's say pigs were only slightly less intelligent than dogs, right? So let's argue that they're less intelligent, but only slightly. Is it then okay to eat them? You know what I mean? Like, so the dogs are protected animal class, but the pigs, let's go for it. They got the bacon. Is it just based on tastiness? Like, if the pigs taste better than the dogs, do we not care about intelligence? You know what I mean? Like, what's the metric? How do you measure this kind of stuff? I think all that really happens is humans just look at dogs and go, oh, I like the way they look. Therefore, pigs are ugly and dogs are pretty. That's the only determinant. You know what I mean? That's the moralism. That's it. Here we are. It's like that Bioshock saying, what was it? Beauty is a... oh, I can't remember how it goes, actually. It's a Bioshock quote. And it was saying basically that beauty is the standard. It's intrinsically valuable, nothing else. Pigs are very smart. Kugel is F these days, just saying. The scale depends on the apocalypse level. Mister, they could be Einsteins, and at the end of the day, I'm still getting that bacon. There you go. Well, so then now you're like the Chinese, because they don't give an F. They go, I'm still eating it. It tastes good. That's actually how they feel, I'm sure. They go, I don't care. And by the way, I'm sure they don't all eat dogs. I'm sure that's probably a racist stereotype. But maybe some villages do. But it's like, that's what they decided to do. They're just as human as you are. Here's Rhyhorn. Whoa. What's your excuse for eating animals that can think, even slightly, like a dog, you know? There we go. So that's a fascinating subject. What animals get eaten and what animals don't. And I would get real careful about going off on the Chinese eating dogs because, in my opinion, when you start getting on that slippery slope, you're going to start wondering, why does anyone eat any animals, right? You want to get into the ethical conversation, philosophical conversation on the rights to eat other animals, other life forms, right? So then you end up going down a little pathway talking about, all right, well, what's the line that says I can eat something and something else needs to be protected? You know what I mean? Why am I allowed to stomp on a spider, but eating chickens and cows is, I don't eat animals. I'm a vegetarian, right? But you'd stomp on a spider probably. You know what I mean? The spider alive, he's alive. Ooh, Arcanine. It's a really tricky conversation, you know what I mean? I'm having steak for dinner. Let's not go down that path. The line is pause. Here's a Rotom. Oh, Rotom. Very nice. Paws? Don't they just have paws because those paws have like claws in them? They're predators, right? Dogs are a type of predator. Elaine Sonko. Let's grab your bag. Even the bugs. I let girls stomp on my balls, mister. Where does that put me, says Don Silent. Don Silent, you're all right. Ding. Veganism is good, Alex. Yeah, veganism is good. It keeps the cost of meat down. Now, I've heard that they do studies, and apparently red meat causes cancer for some reason. What's that all about? I'm not a scientist, so I don't know what causes it, but you're just supposed to trust that they're accurate and all that. It's a fascinating problem, isn't it? Some people claim it's a conspiracy. Oh, they don't want us eating cow. But actually, that's an old claim. Here's dugong. I suspect it's probably true. I'd love to know why, though. Here's agron. Red meat isn't great for you. Here's pincer. Right, just like you're not supposed to eat grass either. There's some things you're not really supposed to eat because your body doesn't handle it well. Alexander Morales. 1 Pixar, but it sure tastes good. 1 Pixar Disney for Jen. What? Simp! All right, this is from Alexander Morales to Jennifer. Yeah, I almost called her Jennifer Lopez because I'm sleepy. You ready? My dog has big paws for being a small dog and digs the blank out of the ground in the backyard. He's going to dig up the dead bodies back there. Uh-oh. They're pets, not food. LS eats meat every day. We have the same jaw structure as cows, and they just eat grass. Simp! You ready? What do we got? Lilo Stitch. Wow, man, imagine being Jen and getting 2 free packs. Jesus. Master opening another non-Pixar Disney pack. Oh, it said 1 Pixar Disney. All right, you guys got to stop saying Disney. You got to say Pixar, okay? Yeah, you're correct. I grabbed the wrong one again. Don't call it Pixar Disney. We got Pixar packs and we got Disney packs. I don't think of Pixar as Disney Pixar. I think of them as Pixar. So help me out with that because I'm sleepy, okay? No problem. Matthew Castellanos says 1 Disney. Whoa, Mr. Matthew, you're in luck. We cleared 2 cold packs out of your way. Maybe this will be a hot one. Mister doesn't want to give me the Pixar. I apologize. It's because they keep calling it Disney Pixar. Please, call it Pixar. It says in the menu Pixar, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't say Disney Pixar. Yes, the menu calls it Pixar. So use that, and we'll just consider it a little upgrade. Here goes. If you have a vagina, you automatically get an easy life. No, that's not true. You have a different life, but life's not easy for anyone. Come on. Mr. Matthew, that's cold. Sorry, Matthew. Life's not easy for anyone, except for maybe super rich people. And being rich, you could be a girl or a boy and be rich. So don't get mad at women for being women or men for being men. Be rich at the angry people. Let's eat them. But not me. I'm one of the good ones, okay? I'm not that rich. That's why I want to be rich someday. Someday. I want to be one of the beautiful people. Dylan Edwards, 1 box of Clay Burst. You got it. Ta-da! And that's why I only want my roadkill, mister. What? There we go. All right. Dylan Edwards. Let's grab this. Toss this over here. So we got 1 whole box for Mr. Dylan. And box number 2. Bruh, WTF, my girl had a horrible life for that exact reason. It's a man's world, my guy. Except for the girls where it's a girl's world, you know? You got like Kim Kardashian, Oprah. They're doing pretty well. So there's a lot of cases where there's poor men who die horribly violently, like tortured at war, or, you know, they're ugly and homeless and nobody wants them, so they just die on the streets. That doesn't really happen to girls as much. Girls don't become homeless as often as men. Men are more likely. Men are also more likely to be victims of violent crimes, etc., right? So, and that's what the meninists, not feminists, but meninists, they talk about it all day long. But the truth is, you know, life is tough for most people. And what you really, if you want to talk about who has an easier life, look at not just beautiful women, but beautiful men, right? So men get really upset because beautiful women, they get lavished upon somewhat, right? And yeah, so do beautiful men. Beautiful men don't have as much trouble in life. And so get mad at people for being too good looking and too wealthy. But yeah, obviously being mad at anyone doesn't help you in your situation. So if you're in a situation, you just got to do whatever you got to do next to get yourself in a better situation in life. But some people have it on easy mode. There's no doubt. Some people are living life on easy mode. I was not living on easy mode. I had 11 brothers and sisters. And we were dirt poor, no Christmas presents, no birthday presents. You got whipped for asking for presents on your birthday because I think it upset my mom when you would ask. And that's like one of those core memories. Imagine getting beaten for asking for birthday presents. So came from a very poor family, ran away when I was 17, and now I am a college graduate with a computer science degree, a fun little YouTube channel, a little Pokemon card side hustle that's turned into a little online card shop. I didn't have to do this even. I had a successful gaming channel. I could have just stuck with that, and that would have been a job. And I'm happily married to a software engineer. So life has turned out all right for me, and I came out of poverty. So it's possible. You just got to focus on working hard. That's it. I mean, a lot of people don't believe in that anymore. I think a lot of people think they've been told by politicians, oh, it's rigged, the system is rigged. And unfortunately for you, if you buy into those ideas, you're going to stay poor. You got to believe that you can go out there and change things about your life, or else you're not going to be able to do it. So you got to believe that there's opportunity. But yeah, I mean, girls, maybe they have it on easy mode in the sense that they're always going to have somebody who somewhat wants them for the most part. I think that you underestimate how miserable and tough life can be for girls, just like guys. But maybe the average girl has it slightly easier than the men who have it. Like, I think there's a way to describe this with the bell curve, right? I think we've heard somebody like Jordan Peterson talk about this. He says a lot of women live an average life, but for men, you got men on the far end of the left of the bell curve who live really poor lives, actually. Their lives are the worst. And so somehow there is a distinct fraction of men, a group of men, who live a life that's severely worse than what the average woman is ever going to experience. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a fascinating subject. Fascinating. Pikachu. Men commit suicide at higher rates. My YouTube name had her as my husband, and I changed it. Your family seems blanked up, no disrespect. No, I agree with you. My family was not good. My guy cousin, who's objectively good looking, gets girls all the time fall at his heels just because he's good looking and responsible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's pretty privilege. Your cousin has pretty privilege. Tell him he has to share. He's going to have to downgrade his attractiveness in order to upgrade ours. That's looks socialism. I want looks socialism. I've broken girls' hearts, says Snorlax. Aw. Stay strong out there, y'all. In the military, the women always rank up faster and work less. Maybe the people in power in the military want to hang out with girls. Have you ever thought of that? Have you thought of that? You're not a girl, so they do not want to hang out with you. They want to hang out with girls, so they get promoted. Here we are. Yeah, come hang out with us. We're the managers. We're the ones who do the promoting. Yeah, girls are just so responsible. I identify as a beautiful person. Yeah. All right, what we got? Cold. So we got this beautiful order for Mr. Dylan Edwards. When's the hit? Soon. By the way, my aunt is going to travel back to Asia. She's getting extremely weak. Really wants to go back to her hometown if she passes away. Really? Very interesting. Like a journey home. That's very fascinating. I do consider myself objectively good looking, says Ruben. Military girls do lots of grinding for experience. It costs money to do that, Cheese. Here we are. I think that, it's real hard talking about that kind of stuff for young people, but I think people accept, at some point, they accept the sort of like the finality of passing away. Like there's no avoiding it. It happens to everyone. You just hope to have a good life before it's your turn. That's maybe the real tragedy, is if you didn't get to live a full life, or you didn't get to have maybe some children, or you didn't get to do something that mattered to you in life, and then you died young. That's tragedy. But we all know we all got to go. So hopefully you go in the way that you want, and you lived a full life. So then that is not as sad as you think, but it's still sad. But there's a lot of people, like the guys fighting in Ukraine right now. They're fighting in Ukraine, and they're just dying, like 12,000 of them dead. They probably have kids and all that. Fighting a pointless war, by the way. Meaningless war. Sad. I'm ugly and I'm proud, says Edwin. Aw, good for you, Edwin. I'll just do it myself. Hey, mister, I had 4 brothers, 5 sisters. We all share 2 pairs of underwear between us for the week. What? What are you talking about, underwear? All right. Mister, talking about serious stuff with this song playing. That's right. We got Animal Crossing playing in the background. Cold. Come on, Dylan. We're going to pull you the hot one. Tinkaton. Yeah, everyone goes. So the goal is to go after living a full life. That's the goal. And to go in a non-painful way, perhaps, like a peaceful way. Have to live life and enjoy. Yeah, and you might, some people are going to pass away younger than they expect. So, but you know, some people have a more tragic passing than others, and gotta strategize to avoid that. But you never have full control over life, right? That's why we have religion. It helps us cope with these problems. Religion helps you cope with the reality that you really don't have as much control over your life as you think. You know, you just hope to get lucky. Actually, then you hope you're lucky. That's why we come up with terms like karma. All right. I was in the Marines. Some girls definitely promote for sucking dick. Yeah? Why didn't you suck some dick? Maybe you could have gotten promoted. You could have been the best dick sucker. Toss this over here. I wouldn't. I love how I have complete control of the situation. There's a cost, man. They paid the price. They're claiming what's theirs because they pay the actual price. Dick sucking ain't free, okay? You're not doing it. Here's, oh! All right, you got the guy food, Dylan. All right, lovely guy food, but you know, you got this lovely Tyranitar. He's going to be your real hit, okay? Guy food it is. It's free from your mama. Nuh-uh. My mama's a classy lady. Okay, Iona. Call that a pussy promotion. Here's Noibat. You know, they try to get rid of all that kind of stuff in the workplace. That ain't fair to girls who are good at dick sucking. Because if you're a girl who doesn't mind it and you're good at it, they're literally ruining your opportunity to move up the hierarchy, to move up in rank. All these other girls are ruining it for you. Stop! Shut up! I like sucking dick. I want to get a promotion. I want to get rich. You're ruining my chances by outlawing it. Oh my God, now I gotta work. Awful. What kind of utopia is this? Can't even get a promotion from sucking dick no more. God damn. All I can do is work and suffer now? Oh my Lord. All right, in my hypothetical world. All right, Dylan Edwards. But no, there probably were some girls, maybe in the past, when the laws were a bit looser on that kind of stuff, loosey-goosey. There probably were girls that got promoted that way, and they're probably pretty happy. Now, I'm not saying they all were, but I'm saying some girls got promoted that way, and they were better off for it and happy about it. They're like, yeah, I'm satisfied. So was my boss. I ain't gay, but $20 is $20. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Mister, talk about the submersible. Oh, my God, the submersible. They found out it was college students that worked on some of the submersible. It was a... the number one takeaway I get from the submersible is this, and we talked about this yesterday, Temlet. The CEO was one of those maybe far left-leaning guys who says, I don't hire white people. He specifically said, I don't hire ex-military, ex-Navy, submarine, 50-year-old white guys. That's specifically what he said. He said, I don't hire 50-year-old white guys who did some submarines for the Navy. And he says, that's because we believe in the like creativity or something like that in our team. So he ends up hiring college students. He did have a white guy on his team, though. It was the safety guy. The safety guy told him, this submarine that you designed is not safe. And then he promptly got fired. Then he filed it with the government that he didn't think it was safe. And what happened was OceanGate sued him for revealing secrets about their business to the government. So he got actually sued by OceanGate. So the one white guy they got on their team was like, no, this is dumb. They fired him, sued him, and then imploded in a submarine. They got what was coming to them. They weren't being smart, in other words. It's like a haunting forewarning for the future of, diversity quotas in general. Like, you can have a diversity quota for entertainment. You can have diversity quotas at Walmart. But, I mean, there are some jobs out there where it's not about diversity. It's just about skill. That's it. It's about nothing else. Like, what if I told you basketball teams, there's just too many black guys. We need a couple of Asians, a couple of Jews, a couple of Mexicans, a couple of white guys. There's just too many black guys. So what if I told you that for basketball teams from now on, Would you expect that basketball team to win a lot of matches, win a lot of championships? You just wouldn't. You wouldn't pick the tallest guys, whatever, the blackest guys to win basketball. I don't know. But you don't care about diversity on those teams. And then you notice that the teams have a really obvious racial pattern to them, right? And but apparently for submersibles, it has to be diverse. It's very stupid. It is what people call regressivism. It's not progress. It's regressive. It's not intelligent. Not the sign of an advanced society to think that way. That okay, you can't have this job because your skin color's wrong. We need a minority skin color. Yeah, and then everyone dies in your submarine. Good for you. And Andy Hewitt, which is exactly what people are predicting. They're saying, all right, well, if we do that with other jobs, what's gonna be the result if you pick people not based on their skill, but based on filling you got the right skin color quota? You're gonna have people who weren't qualified for the job will eventually get in, and then there will be actual consequences, like people dying, right? It was all a distraction, says Shiny Sandslash. Hey, next up is Andy Hune. Like, they don't deal with this crap in China because everyone over there is Chinese. So they don't deal with this crap over there. Mr. Andy Hune. 6 Paramount War. That counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Pass me a couple snacks down here under the desk, says Procod. I'll take a dab. Proof or it didn't happen. Show me the controller, you fool. All right, let me go grab a fresh box of the Romance Dawn, which is right here. Nice. Alex, what are you doing down here? Says Procod. What are you talking about, man? But yeah, you know, if we had to go up against another team and they based their team on skill and we based our team on diversity, the skilled team's going to win more often as a result of this terrible hiring practices. And by the way, a skilled team might include a lot of diversity, or maybe not. It just depends on who was interested in doing what. Like, you ever seen like the math teams competing at college? A lot of times those math teams are mostly Asian. So the stereotype would then be that, well, hey, Asians are especially good at math. Is that wrong? First of all, if it's true, it's true. If it's a fact, it's a fact. What are you going to do about it? And then, is that like immoral? Are we supposed to hide that fact? Are we not supposed to talk about it? Can we not talk about it? Right? What do you guys think about that? Honestly, it should not be such a taboo subject because we're smart people living in the future and we just talk about facts and reality. But it doesn't feel that way, really. We're walking around eggshells. We're scared of being canceled. We're scared of saying perhaps the wrong thing and 20 years later it makes it impossible for you to run for office or something. You know what I mean? Here we are. They found the Logitech controller on the sea floor. That was photoshopped, I believe, correct? I'm pretty sure that was photoshopped. Did they drop the controller from the boat then? Let me look it up. Oh, here it is. Game controller used in Titan submersible has not been located on the ocean floor. So what happened was somebody created a fake image of it and it tricked a lot of people. No, photo does not show controller for Titan sub, USA Today. All right, Mr. Andy Hune. There we go. It's a very cleverly edited picture. All right, we got this guy. I've come to put an end to this war. Very good. See, all is a distraction. It says Shiny Sandslash. All right, so what actually is this? Is this valuable? I suspect this is not actually valuable. This comes with this, though. And this must be the valuable one, then. Oh, I see. You got Mino Koala. Wow, very good. All right. Ala Ruiz says they are. Oh, Magellan. Who cares? They put the wrong people on it to begin with. They should have been Biden, Nazi, Pelosi, and more. What? Here we are. the red one. Can I get that guard point? Yes, sir. Thank you for pointing out that it's the red one, because I just would not know otherwise. Oh, there it is, guard point. There you go. You want this ulti as well? It's a girl card. You ever see the movie They Live with Roddy Piper and Curly Dadan? What? Ooh, what do we have here? Okay, we got Borsalino. Very nice. All right, and Smoker from Left 4 Dead. God point is $5. Oh, nice. Look at that. You already made all your money back. Okay, now for the Romance Dawn packs. What do we got? That don't look right. Don't look, those body proportions are making my head spin. Can you put in the green cards? What are the green cards, and are they valued at least $1? He asking for a green card. I'm married, dude. We are. I can't do that. Would you watch if they had a national dick-sucking championship in the Olympics? Well, I mean, got to keep up with the news, I'd say. I wouldn't want to be behind the loop on such a prestigious title. Imagine all my competitors knew what to talk about in the news, and I didn't. That'd be terrible. Ooh, you got Yamato. Look at that. Soup. From the last set. My girlfriend would win, says Snorlax. Trying to figure out if that's a brag or not. Like, it seems like a brag at first. There we go. Seems like she would need practice. I'd want to be the person getting the BJ. Nah, 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 nah. Yay, it's a Sash underscore. Well, like this? I don't know, man. Every single green card. We try to avoid bulk for the most part. You mean like this? What is a green card? There's a lot of green cards in here, it seems. Sashi Killer. I want to be famous, says Cheese. Cheese wants to be famous. You just put them away. They look fancy. Toss it over here. And Andy. All right. Congratulations on the round. And let's find your bag. So, if I was Andy Hune, I would have a bag over here. Look at that. I was right. I got circumcised, but it grew back. Oh, my God. All right, guys. Time to talk about circumcision. Remember that conversation? Even I was getting tired of the circumcision conversation. I was like, what are we talking about? Yeah, that's why penises belong to me. Next up... 6 corrupted, 151. All right, easy snipe, easy snipe. So, did you see the bunny picture? What? Talk about marijuana. Oh, Arbok. Marijuana's bad. It should be banned. And if you sell it or deal with it or buy it, you should go to jail. I want my foreskin back. That would be a really funny title. No, I'd get banned for that title. Not banned, but YouTube wouldn't advertise the... YouTube would not advertise that live stream. We would have fewer viewers as a result of that live stream title. Edwin Delsid shipping in final 4 Avatar. You got it. 4 more Avatar. All right, Mr. Edwin. Here, Suki. Suki. She's got Sucky right in the name, man. All right. A dick-sucking championship. Finally, the things that will make this world truly progressive. We are tough, high society. Did I miss Team Rocket giveaway packs last night? You missed it, Michael. Michael. I'm sorry. What are the chases out of these packs? They're trying desperately to pull a stamped card. There's I think at least 2 stamped cards to go after in a case of these. Dick Suckin' Championship hosted by Ben Shapiro. All right. Let's suppose that you were a Dick Sucking Championship. Dick Sucking Champion. And so therefore, we shipping you for the first time, Mr. Edwin? All right, give me a minute. I saw last few stream titles. I'm in pain. You've been missing all the good free ones, man. Okay, Edwin Delcid. Found you. Open link. What did I come in on? Morning, mister. What's up, TJT? Can I cancel shipping and use the money for another pack? Okay. So then you have $3 left over. He said, wait, I want one more. Should we allow that? Should you have to get back in line for that? All right, what do you guys think? Should he be allowed to cancel shipping and swap into one more pack and the chance that he suddenly hits the hit? I feel like that's searching. Okay, so like let's say you buy 10 packs out of a box and you didn't pull the hit. Well, then you know the box is hot. Should you be allowed to jump right into the line and use your shipping cost up? What do you guys think about that? Sage says yes. Six says yes. I've heard, says Brian. So in this case, it's a really specific case where he's going, I think the box is hot. Let's swap out of the other product I bought and buy more Avatar. Jeremy says, line, that's searching. Break says, makes no sense. Cheese says, nah, blank that. All right, just letting you guys know I'm still here. I think normally what we do in this case is I just grab a pack from like deeper into the box so that you don't interrupt the next person's order. Yeah, actually, that should be fine, I think. He's the only one buying those packs. Let him. That's not true, actually. There's a couple guys buying these packs. So normally, without saying anything, what I do is I just grab deeper into the box. I think I'd like to do that. This box doesn't have a lot of packs left. Maybe that's why it caught me. All right. Yeah, we're going to go through with it. All right, here we are. It's from the same box, all right, Edwin? So maybe I just gave you the hit. If there is a hit left in the box. I don't know if there is. Mr. Edwin. I think I spelled your name wrong. I wrote it with an I. It should be with an E. There it goes. Ta-da! Oh my God, the signature! No signature this time. No siggies. I'm sorry. There's Soka. Mr. Edwin. Edwin, it's an important question because I know I've had this happen with the live customs before where I let a guy open an additional pack and then he pulled a hit and then the guy behind him, or the guy ahead of him who was next, he got all pissed. He's like, hey, that would have been my pack if you hadn't let him cut. There we go. There we go. Edwin. You got $3, Edwin. Korean Pokemon booster boxes you might have to sell. Nope. No Korean boxes. Mr. Go fist deep already. We always got the brakes hit when it comes to deciding on something that has multiple options to decide on. What are you talking about? I'm just saying that extra pack he opens could be really consequential to the guy who orders after him. Here's Mr. Temlet. Matthew Castellanos. Give me the Fortnite Battle Pass. $19 Fortnite card. Who wants it? All right, Matthew. Sneep. Easy hollow card in here. We always... Oh, I already read that. No Korea here. You know, I could play around with the Korean language Pokemon cards, but the one set I bought that was Chinese has done pretty poorly. So I don't know if I'm super excited to add like multiple languages to the channel. It seems that English and Japanese do very well. So there's not really a need to do Korean. Some people want Korean because it's cheaper than the Japanese version. And so like Eevee Heroes, right? You go after the Korean version, maybe it's a little cheaper. Grab this. Mr. is going for the preliminary trials. Here we are, Mr. Matthew. Is that $20 only for Fates Collide? Because I see a pack behind it. Yeah, it's a $20 pack of Fates Collide. You can open multiple packs of it. It's like an advertisement for Fates Collide. Dylan Edwards, run it back. 1 box of clay. All right, you got it. Give me a second. Ugh. Evolving Skies is like 40, 50 a box. That's because it's Korean, bro. Bro, that's the wrong language. Okay. Mr. once told me once, Face Collide sucks when I bought a pack. Why language would matter when it's the same art? Here we are. And here we are. Because it's the wrong language, bro. Now, if it was Spanish Evolving Skies, that's a different story. You'd think they'd print it in Spanish. A lot of people speak Spanish. There's all of South America, and you got Spain and other places probably. Spanish would make a lot of sense to print it in Spanish. There we go. The Korean Umbreon turn into Leafeons, though. Does it? Here. And snip these up. This is for Dylan Edwards. It's a really big order. A whole box of Clay Burst. This episode brought to you by Dylan. Hello, it's me. It's Mary! Hi, Mary. Wow, Mary's here. Wow. The Mary? Oh my god, it's Mary. Alright, there we go. Oh. Where's that going? Oh no, says Cheese. Cheese is Mary's rival. Okay, that's cold. Wow, one more pack did it. One more box, I should say. Mr. Dylan, much better pull. The SAR of the Big Deer cereal bowl head guy. Wow, look at that. Congratulations. Very nice. Dylan says, nice. Yeah, that's a nice pull, man. Okay, cold. So many nice Pokemon. Cold. School is expensive, says Mary. Yeah. What are you learning in school? Anything interesting? Grab this. Well, at least our schools. Man, British people get made fun of for saying, well, at least our schools. But have you guys seen the number of mass shootings in America lately? It's kind of crazy. There was a mass shooting where I live. Kansas City is 2 hours away from me. So that's the state of Missouri. And it's a major city. And it's just, and it's forgotten about in 2 seconds. Because like then there's another mass shooting. You barely get a chance to breathe from the first one. Wow, man. She's learning to read. Well, at least our schools. We are. Do they have a lot of mass shootings in South Korea? Did I say South Korea? I'm sorry, in Sweden. Why did I say South Korea? It's because we were talking about Korean Pokemon cards. That's why. Do they have a lot of mass shootings in Sweden, Mary? I'm going financial business management. Oh, that's pretty good. Finance. If you like money. Money. Money, 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 money. Okay, we've got a cold one. No shootings, only cat bombs. Taiwanese Tao. Only car bombs is what cheese meant. Well, that's very different from cat bombs. Oh, right. Sweden does have some problems with bombings. I forgot about that. There we are. Here's this guy. I wonder if we took all the guns away in America, if we would then have bombing problems. Flamingo. Wow, it's literally just a flamingo. Wow. It's pretty damn expensive. We don't have a lot of mass shootings, but I will fully admit that gun crime has gone up with like 1,000%. There's news about someone getting gang shot. Really? But Sweden's not like a... It's not a place where you can own a gun, right? But you guys are still having a lot of criminal activity with like gang shooting. See, it seems like you could just ship guns and proliferate arms in a country pretty easily, actually. True, we used to have more bombings before Columbine, says Jarmo. Are you going to own a food truck like me, Mary? Food trucks aren't bad. I was watching a YouTube video that showed how to do a vending machine business. It looked really hard, actually. It looked like a lot of honest, hard work. Didn't look like a get-rich scheme. Didn't look like a get-rich scheme to me at all. You got to invest in a lot of machinery. You got to invest in all the product. You got to negotiate to get a position for the vending machine. And then you got to keep it stocked constantly. Oh, double hitbox. Lovely, man. Double hitbox. Did you guys see that? This came out of the same box. So, yes, you can have 2 hits in one box. Very clever. Go to Sam's Club and just buy bulk items. Yeah, you know, Sam's Club's pretty clever, though, about that. I think Sam's Club prices are pretty high these days. I used to work at Sam's Club, you know that? And I'd compare the price of goods at Sam's Club to Walmart, and to be honest, you weren't really saving anything. There were like certain items where you would, but that was mostly like produce, to be honest. Produce, you'd save money, and it wasn't a lot. Snorlax, just because you eat all the food from the truck doesn't mean you own it. There's news about some random person getting shot at least once a month or every other month, and the guns are smuggled. Oof. Iraq taught us the best way to make IEDs. Oof. There we are. Look at this, Dylan Edwards. Nice round, Dylan. Much hotter round than the previous round. Well, I'm sweepy, man. I'm way sweepy tonight, but we're going to keep going. Let's see. Let me think about today, huh? I got to get John ready for grading. We got the labels are in, by the way, guys. We haven't plugged them into the machine and tested it, but assuming all of that goes smoothly, then we are back in business for grading. The encapsulating had to stop for a full week because we ran out of labels because, unfortunately, we let ourselves run out of labels, so it's our own fault. But we're back on track now. My parents owned a vending business, full-time work for my mom to fill them. I was their muscle to move them. It was a lot of work, says Brad Kelly. Yeah, I was watching these young, strong guys moving the vending machines around. It was no joke. It just looked like any job. And it made me question, I was like, would I want to own a vending machine business? Or would I want to be a software engineer and just make Uber's amount of money sitting at a computer all day? You know what I mean? I think there are cases where a job pays so highly, you don't need to be a business owner to say that you make money. You know what I mean? Like, a highly skilled job is as good as trying to own a business. That's especially true in healthcare, I think. I think healthcare has a lot of specialized jobs that pay really well right now. Look at that. Blaine's quiz. Here we are. Good, I'm waiting on my cards and sticker. Most shootings is in Malmo, and that's probably because Malmo is probably capital city of gangs. Gangs? Capital city? Okay, so we are done with Dylan, and now we're ready for Edwin Delcid, 2 avatar packs. Okay. Most shootings is in... Oh, I already read that one. Yeah, I heard Sweden has no-go zones now, and there were like people complaining about it, where they said, well, you know, we took on a ton of immigrants, and what they did is they created a place that is so violent that they don't allow other Swedish in because they threaten them with the violence if they try to come in. And that was a while ago, but it was an actual news company reporting on that, and a woman with a microphone and a crew and a camera, they tried to go into that area, and they were immediately attacked by the people living there and told to get out, and they were physically assaulted. I saw that on YouTube. That was a number of years ago. I was really shocked by it. I was like, wow, isn't like Sweden a developed country? How can you have a place where the reporters are not allowed to go? How's that possible? There it is. You think that they would just go in with like the police and just wipe them out. Like, no, no, no. Reporters can go into any city in Sweden. You know what I mean? Malmo, Malmo. No-go zones are real, says Mary. I make Magikarp suck. Never mind. It's not supposed to make sense. Here we are. Toss us over here. All right. Edwin. Ooh. So nice. All right. Edwin with an E. I think integration is really, really tough for any country. And I think part of the problem is you have to make sure that the group you have is integrated before the next group arrives, probably. Or else you just have a country within a country, because that's what'll end up happening, in my opinion. But sometimes that works out fine. You know what I mean? Like Chinatown in California or something like that, that kind of deal. But yeah, it's a complicated thing, isn't it? I think probably what's most important is the people that are forced to live next to like a no-go zone, that they have a vote in whether that sort of thing occurs. So like I was watching a TikTok today about a little town in the UK that unanimously voted to reject. It was like, and the entire place unanimously voted no and managed to actually reject it. And it just seemed like that makes the most sense. If you're somebody who actually has to live where the immigration's occurring, you should get a vote and say, okay, we're a town that likes immigration, bring them all in. Or if you're somebody who's like, we don't really want to change things here, you know, we don't want our properties to go down in value or deal with any kind of like cultural issues, you should be able to vote on that. But increasingly, governments don't really care. They just kind of, you're just kind of stuck with however things play out. So you have to guess how it's going to play out almost. Here it is. Hassan Al-Hamli. 1 PokeBRUH. You ready? Whoa, whoa, look at that. So we got Alakazam, Holographic Sandshrew, Rainbow, nice, man. Venomoth, Nidoran, Meowth, Vileplume, whoa, this one's nice. And a little South Park card at the end. 1 Energy Lotto, you got it. Spoon Bender, is that an insult? All right, and... oops, and 1 Energy Lotto. Let's see what it gets. Apparently, Sweden needs to save everyone. So that's why I'm talking about the white savior complex that white liberals have. I don't know that. I don't know where it comes from. I feel like it comes from a place of self-aggrandizement. You know, like, you guys ever seen that? Oh, here, I'll show you. It's from Game of Thrones. There's this scene. We watched it recently because we rewatched much of Game of Thrones. Yeah, here it is. Look, I typed in Game of Thrones white savior image, and there it is. So this is like, I think this is the typical white girl. This is what she thinks of herself or wants to think of herself. It's sort of like a fantasy where I was like, oh, all the poor tribal native people love me. You know what I mean? Oh, see, I'm the breaker of chains or some shit like that, right? So I think that this is a fantasy for like liberal white people like this, right? Wow, they all love me so much. I'm basically Jesus for them. I could be Jesus. Oh, well, that's just her with the cast. They're actors, right? But this one, this is so cringe, dude. And then after she's done saving them, she goes to Starbucks. Yeah, so that's a real thing, man. It's a personality trait. And it's, I don't know. It's not just obnoxious. There's a point where it becomes like pathological and bad, in my opinion. Like there's a point where it's actually bad. Because you have to start making tough decisions for your country at some point. And you do not want that girl making the decision. You know what I mean? There's tough decisions around finances, criminal law, and order. And you do not want the girl who identifies with the girl in that image to be making your choices for your country and your people, because she's not going to make the smart choices, to be honest. She's going to make the choice that makes her feel like she's Jesus. I'm Jesus. And so it's, it's an interesting, it's a phenomenon. It's a real thing for sure. Oh, Lordy, man. Mary, come to America. I'll teach you how to milk a... Whoa! A cow is what he was about to say. Milk a cow. Hassan, let's find your bag. All right, let's see. Anna. Sweden political is basically white girl mistress, says Mary. Yeah, it's kind of true here in America, too. I don't know why it's that way. Maybe it's sort of like a personality trait of white people to be that way. Here's Hassan. All right. Maybe the men have been drinking too much soy lattes. And the girls, maybe it's just natural for girls to just be that way anyways, right? There we go. All right, Mr. Hassan. Dylan Edwards. My shipping, please. No problem, Mr. Dylan. I don't see some comments. They must have been blocked, says Venomous. Get his cups at Cane's before they sell out. Ooh, Cane's chicken. We do not have Cane's chicken out here, guys. It's basically a punishment to live out here because no Cane's chicken. Mr. Edwin, I do have your address saved. I simply had it spelled wrong on the bag. Appreciate all the Poke business, Mr. Edwin. Let's get your label ready. Do it. All right. There we go. I noticed I'm not seeing a lot to tonight, says Jarmo. There we go. Yeah, the white savior complex is a real thing, I'm pretty sure. More avatars. Send help, I'm addicted. You got it, man. Oh, this box is actually empty. All right, Edwin. Edwin, you're not addicted. You can smell it. You can be like, where's that hit? You can smell blood in the water. The Avatar set is doing very well. And I want to point out to you guys once again that somehow Weiss is playing a very large role in my total sales. Pokemon 151 has done all right tonight. We've also had obviously a lot of Clayburst sell. But one of the top selling product right now is Weiss Avatar. Wow. Okay. So, are you in top chat, says Fanks? Chat. Doesn't even give me that option on Streamlabs. Okay, so he wants 6 of them. All right, there you go. Are you in top chat? There. Got him. I got some girl cards in today. That's right, I'm ordering female women cards. And that is because I'm starting to build a stock of girl cards up for waifu bros in the future. All right, put this over here. Start talking about sleeveless Digletts. Sleeveless Digletts don't even know what it's like to be a sleeved Diglett. Sleeping on Ghastly. Yeah, he's a 9. I think that $49 is just about appropriate for him. Honestly, he'd be a good pick to go into the there we are, the Energy Lotto, wouldn't he? Okay. Pretty Eyes Girl, and last but not least, that's tough, right? And last but not least, Iroh. Ooh, cold round, man. Man, that's tough. All right. How'd you guys enjoy your 4th of July? What I did is me and my side chick, I'm going to call my wife my side chick for a while. Me and my side chick, we went swimming in the lake together at 9 p.m. at night in nice warm water. And we floated in the water on our floaties and watched fireworks go off from everyone's backyard, their docks. Really cool. It was like a free fireworks display. And then we did more stuff, but we probably couldn't talk about it in this stream. What we did is cheese main chick. Sweden, please don't come. I'm going to come. Sweden's saying we're having problems. All right, what we got over here? We got more orders. Mr. Hassan says, I'll take 2 more PokeBRUHs. All right. Mr. Hassan, you're going to pull. Ooh, look at that. That's nice, man. The birds. Oh, Weeping Bell. Fuakoko, Korakalor, Cleffa, and Rockets Admin. All right, that one was just okay. Immigrants, I'm going to come. That's right. Hassan. Well, I think a lot of the future is going to be, so like which country is most powerful and successful? A lot of that is actually going to come down to how countries are dealing with the mass immigration. Because I feel like we're at a point where it's a sort of cat's out of the bag scenario where people in other countries have internet, they have communication, they got Facebook. They can just see that there's a lot of nice buildings and job opportunities in other countries. And it's sort of like people moving out of the country and into the city, which already happens in a normal country, right? Like, so like Japan, a lot of people moved into Tokyo to get jobs and stuff. So if you see these developed areas where there's infrastructure, lots of people, cities tend to be diverse anyways, and it seems to be the way to get ahead in life is to just move to that country. What you're going to see over time is tons and tons and tons of migration into those countries. And so I feel like for a country to win in the future, to be the powerful, wealthy, successful country, you have to do a very good job of dealing with mass immigration, economic migration into your country. And so that's why I'm saying that I think, first of all, you have to be careful to decide what kind of country do you want to be. Do you want to be like Germany's for the Germans, or Japan, for example, they're homogenous. Japan's for the Japanese. Or do you want to be more like multi-ethnic America, where it's like, we'll just take anyone. But okay, so let's say you want to do the we'll take everyone kind of country. Well, then I would argue you just want to be careful not to absorb a lot of people who end up being a net tax loss. That's a really important idea that nobody really talks about. It's a financial idea. If you're absorbing a lot of the people from the rest of the world that are net tax losses for your country, what you're really doing is you're subsidizing homeless for another country. So you're saying, we'll take your homeless people and feed and clothe them and send them to school on our cost, even though we have people in our own country who already can't do those things. So that becomes a really big competition, essentially, to sort of push people around to different countries in the world, right? So Poland said, no, we don't want to do this. Go over to UK and France. Let them pay for your education. And now UK and France are doing exactly that. They're paying for people from another country to be educated and to be, housed in welfare-style housing. And the job market has become larger, which, by the way, is very good for the wealthy business owners, very bad for the common man to have to compete with more men for the same job. So your labor market expands, but the number of job offerings has not expanded at the same rate of immigration. So it becomes a poorer paying job, essentially, for the same work. And so that's the future. The future is deciding, what do you do about all these all the immigration? How do you as a country benefit from it? Which I think we've talked about. You want people of good character who are hardworking and a net tax gain. And in my opinion, unless you want to be like a certain type of country where you're like homogenous, you just let them all in. You just let all the hardworking, good character people in. But there has to be some way to know who's who, basically. That's the tough part. I would argue that even if you wanted to implement a system like that, you would still be called a racist for wanting to implement that system. Hey, you can't have any kind of standard at all for who you let into the country. That's racism. Here's 6 corrupted, 2 avatar, but it's $1.20. Did you update this? Let's see if she updated this. Here it is. She did. 6 corrupted. You ready? All right. Wives have to compete with me from taking their husbands. Yep, that's the UK. In a bit, she'll have imported people who love for free and need way less salaries. So it's not just the UK, but it's Germany, it's France. All of the famous Western countries have gone down a path of sort of like borderless economic zones. Maybe it's because they're seeing a decline in population, or maybe they just believe in helping the rest of the world, or maybe the immigration is a lot of fun for certain groups in those countries. Like, hey, I'm already wealthy. I don't care about having to compete for the labor jobs. You know what I mean? It's not going to affect me. Or maybe they're actually business owners. The business owners are always going to vote for more immigration because for them it's great. Increases the labor pool. So there's always going to be a faction in your country. There's also a more complicated faction in your country that says, hey, we're winning elections because of this. So that's the political faction. They go, wait a second. A change in the demographics has actually led to an increase in voting for us. So that would be like the Democrats in America, I would argue. Here we are. Although I don't know if that will work out in the long run, because I feel like once people get in, they go, all right, now close the doors behind us. Some people do. They go, now I did it, but, you know, we can't be having everybody do this, which I think that's very hypocritical, but kind of interesting. Maybe not surprising. Note, thank you. My wife gives great bab. Whoa. Disaster. I no longer recognize the UK, says Jam Bobby. Here we are. Yeah, oh, that was a concept too. I was talking with my wife about that. I said, let's say you were in the UK. I don't think I used UK in the example. I might have been using Germany. But I came to this realization. It was back when I still lived in St. Charles. So this must have been like 5 or 6 years ago. And I said, what if you had a town in like Japan or something, and you had enough immigrants in the town in Japan where the Japanese were like a pretty severe minority? Like it was just, let's say it was Indians or something like that from India. And there's enough Indians in India that they could pile into a city in Japan and just kind of become the majority there. I said, would it feel like Japan anymore? And so I had this realization a long time ago. It was like 6 years ago. I had a realization that in order for Japan to feel like it's Japanese, there has to be Japanese people there. So if you go to Japan and you're surrounded by the Japanese people, you feel like you're in Japan. But if you went to Japan and you were surrounded by Indian people, you wouldn't feel like you're in Japan. Now, the only reason I brought this up to my wife was because I was having this really interesting concept where what if you wanted to celebrate like Christmas, right? You wanted a really authentic Christmas experience. And you were like in Germany or something, and they had like a Christmas shopping town. But nobody there was actually German. I realized the people themselves are like a decoration. You know what I mean? The people themselves are like an aesthetic. So if you want to experience a German experience, you have to actually be surrounded by Germans. So it's kind of funny thinking of humans like decorations in a way. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. So if you're German and you want to feel like you're living in a German town, the Germans need to be a majority there. And this ends up being relevant because you've got like, in the UK, you got like London has to decide. But I bet you there's a bunch of old fuddy-duddies in the UK, older people, older generations who go, yeah, London's ruined now. Doesn't feel British because there's not enough British people. Because the experience of Britishness includes being surrounded by actual British people, which is like a decoration, you know what I mean? So similarly, if I wanted to go to India to experience the feeling of India, I wouldn't want to be surrounded by British people in India. I'd want to be surrounded by Indian people. So it's a really kind of an interesting, like an aesthetic, right? I'm pissed. In Dubai, you don't feel like you're living in the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, very fascinating, Sage Dawn. Same concept, right? So then you would call the UAE sort of like a globalist country that accepts everyone. And because there's so many people from across the world there, it starts to feel like maybe it's not even a Middle Eastern country anymore. That's what you're saying, I think. More like the Leaning Towers of Pizza at the moment. London's a mess. Maybe the whole world is just changing. It is. The whole world is changing. And what you're going to find is some places won't change, though, and it'll be the place where the men and the women fight to remain the same. And maybe the majority of people in places like the UK and Germany and France, maybe they just don't want to stay the same. Maybe they don't want to be German. Maybe they don't want to be French. Maybe they don't want to be British. that to me is a really fascinating personality type. And I would expect a personality type like that to basically disappear over time because you'll be evolved out of the gene pool. You'll fail in the natural selection and competition of having children. So eventually, there just won't be British people. You'll actually fail to pass your genes on over and over again, and then you don't like Britishness. That's why you wouldn't protect your Britishness. So that's why I think is the... Now, that doesn't happen in one lifetime, so you don't see it immediately. So we won't know the results of it for a while, but I mean, I think that probably happens over a long period of time. And really, you only have to lose so much control of your own country that you've no longer got a democracy that works to protect, let's say, the natives, which I guess the British people would be the natives in this case. You know what I mean? In the description, I meant, sorry, tired. Makes me wonder how many types of humans there once was. Yeah, that's a fascinating subject, too. Like, we used to have a race called the Romans. The Romans are gone. And they were the most successful empire ever, right? They're gone now. And maybe they're the Italians, maybe they're the Greeks, maybe they're a bit of the Turkish. But we don't know who the Romans are anymore, essentially. So they're just gone. And so maybe that'll be the British next. There's no British people. There is no French. They're just some other thing now. You know what I mean? And in order for that not to happen, you have to stop it right now from, in my opinion, you have to basically defend Britishness. You'd be like, Britishness is a specific thing with a specific ancestry, and we're going to protect that and protect the land that ancestry currently controls. That's the only way to see it 100 years from now. And I feel like there's a group that's actually extremely good at this. The Jews. The Jews! They're extremely good at protecting their Jewishness. So the Jews have rules like, well, you marry other Jewish people. That's like one of their values. That's a really smart value. I'm not against it. I think that's actually really clever. They marry other Jews and they have Jewish children. And so this sort of protects their heritage and it protects their culture and their people, even though they had been scattered across the world. Nowadays, they're looking pretty good. They got Israel. And they got, they're spread out all over the place anyways, but they're fairly successful people, and they know who's Jewish and who's not Jewish. So I feel like 1,000 years from now, they'll still be around. They'll be like a class of people that's still around as long as they continue to follow their values. And when they give up those values, they'll disappear. So I think that races of people essentially work that way. Religions are often like codified human laws that discovered, like, they're like self-help books. They're like strategies. And so they found a strategy that's actually very powerful, you know, protecting the identity and culture of your own people. That's what they do. And probably the Holocaust put that on times 100 because they realized, wow, we could be wiped out one day if we're not careful. So at least, you know, the Jews today are probably super aware of this history, and it probably further protects them from taking things for granted, perhaps, and resting on their haunches too much on that subject. So it's really fascinating. All of that's really fascinating to me. I watch that and I think about it a lot. We are recycled every few hundred years. Total wipeout. Who knows how many advanced humans we have ever had? Oh, snap. Giving everyone else to the world. GG's Jewish brothers. Beware. Oh, man, they're trying to shut us down, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all true, says Breaks. But, you know, so Britishness, if it'll still be around 1,000 years from now, it's a good question. I think Americanness will be extremely mixed. But Britishness is a specific thing. And I question if it'll be around 100 years from now. Maybe it won't be. I think it makes me sad. I like the British a lot. I like the specific cultures that they put together. They're a pretty old civilization, too. Kind of like China is and Japan is. They're old civilizations. So I don't like the idea of civilizations disappearing over time, especially ones that produce such great art. Like, I actually would be fine if the Roman Empire had never collapsed, maybe just shrunk, but they're just gone. So when you think about that, you're like, dang, think of all the art and culture and knowledge that was not passed down and lost as a result of the, you know, collapse of the Roman Empire. So I hate that kind of stuff, but it's how it is. It's how it is. Humans disappear over 1,000 years. Societies disappear. All right, let's see if there's any more orders, because I think we are done with all the orders. It's 4:10. Yeah, looks like we're all out of orders. Trust me, it's already gone, mister. UK is done, says Jam Bobby. Now, Jam Bobby, that's not true. That's not true at all, Jam Bobby. It's just the case that it's heading one way. And I would argue now's a great time to stop and think about, you know, you have a collective identity. Maybe you're ancestrally British. And maybe it's time for you to question, like, what do you want for the future of your country and your own people? Right? Do British people think that way? I know we don't think that way here in the USA as much. But maybe in European countries you do think that way. Like the Italian prime minister, she's like, I'm here for the Italians, and we're going to protect our Italian heritage over here, right? So it might be time to stop and reflect on, do you want to be like that, or do you want to be more like, again, like a mixed country where everyone sort of comes in? And I think mixed countries work as long as it's a pure meritocracy. No socialism. You got to get rid of socialism. Socialism does not work in a mixed country. It's got to be a pure meritocracy. Meritocracies work in mixed countries. Or maybe you just want to be like, hey, we're British for the British, and this is our homeland, and we're not giving it up. You know what I mean? Like the way the Irish didn't want to lose Ireland. Which, by the way, I love Ireland too. I think it'd be interesting if Ireland I'm sure they would never do this, but I think it'd be interesting if they actually joined the UK, because you're all so close to each other. You're this tiny little cluster of islands, and you're so close to each other. It's interesting that a completely different government's right next door to you that way. But, you know, so is Switzerland. Switzerland's a small country surrounded by larger countries, so it's not necessarily important to join or anything like that. But I think that makes sense for Ireland, Scotland, and Britain to all be one country. Mister, I sent another order a few minutes ago. Mister, I sent another order. Google Raf woke. What? All right, I'm refreshing. Let's see. We got that new order in. I'm waiting on it. I tell you what, while we're waiting, let's work on these slabs. We haven't worked on the slabs all night. Keep the Tammy slab. This should stay up here. This should stay up here, I think. Okay. Woke, they're now ignoring white pilots. What are you talking about? You're talking about the airline pilot thing we talked about, where they said, oh, we need more diversity in the airlines, which I think is absolutely 100% absurd. Absolutely not. Diversity does not need to be the way that we hire people to fly airplanes. What a horrible choice that would be, because it should only be about skill. Could you imagine people actually, they're like, oh man, I hope my plane doesn't crash. They didn't choose the best pilot. They just filled out a quota on skin color. Hey, what about Filipino pilots? We need Filipino ones. Where's the Filipino representation? It's not right. You guys are racists. Did you lose weight, Perez? Says Cheese. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, this is nice. I'm surprised this hasn't sold. Okay, this is a Tammy Low. Oh, six corrupted, I mean. Chansey, Charity. Okay, cool. I need them to lower standards so more Mexicans can represent. Well, and think of how patronizing that is, right? So patronizing mean, oh, here you go. We made it easier just for you because we know you wouldn't otherwise qualify, right? That's so like, yeah, it's not flattering. It doesn't sound flattering in my opinion. Don't worry, we made it easier just for you. Too many white guys were doing better than you. Sorry. You know what I mean? It's very, very patronizing. Also, I don't think it takes into account that I think different races of people just have different interests. You know what I mean? Here we are. Like personality traits. Different personality traits that lead us to different interests. Nothing wrong with that. Just how it is. Sweden pilots are merry. Mister, show us the packs. Show me the moves. Let's turn away higher qualified individuals because we need them to be the right skin color. That's actually a really good way to sort of describe it. Turning away higher qualified individuals Just like the schools do, the college schools. They just lost that lawsuit. And now they can't turn away highly qualified Asian students. Because there would be too many Asian students at, oh no, too many Asians in Harvard. Well, we can't have all these Asians. Why? They worked for it, didn't they? It's clear racism. I'm glad they won that. It was a good day for Asian Americans. You never hear about all the trouble Asian Americans are causing in America. We need an Asian president. I'm going to vote for him just because he's Asian. Yeah. Asians are going to rule the world in 10 seconds here, because I don't know what Europe's doing, but Europe has, I think Europe's losing slowly. I don't like it either. I like Europe. Europe's nice. Ninja. I want to be ninja. Okay, don't assume that these prices are accurate. They might all be outdated. I don't know. They cause many car accidents where I live. One of them almost killed me. What, Asians? You talking about old people or Asians? You're saying young Asian drivers have the stereotype that Asians can't drive? Every time that they applied that stereotype, Asians can't drive, they would show an example of like an old man. It's like, well, I actually agree that old people don't drive well. That's actually true. That one's definitely true. Here we are. But what about young Asians? That's definitely a racist stereotype. Hey, that's racism. Oh, I got a lot of these Dusclops. What's our new streaming platform going to be? I've seen Asians stare blankly as they drive recklessly. Come over to Alhambra, California, and you will see it firsthand, says Briggs. Well, I don't have time to come over there. I got important Pokemon things. I got Pokemon business. Interesting. You'd think that Asians would actually be the better drivers, considering they love video games. So I don't know how much I believe the stereotype. You're right. I think I would need to see it firsthand to believe it. Gengar. All right. Well, it seems that I'm running out of slabs, man. I'm ready for a PSA submission to return. I mean, I still got lots of slabs, but I need new, fresh slabs for the meat grinder. Mr. Just, I found out that younger people tend to second-guess their driving abilities and their sense of judgment when it comes to getting into a new lane. Well, yeah, if you're talking about teenagers, I mean like young professional, you know, like somebody 24, 25. That's what I meant. I didn't mean like 16, 18-year-old drivers. They're brand new and they suck. They're on their cell phone, or they're like, they got anxiety while they're driving, which is no good. Yeah, of course. All right, so PayPal's still saying I have no new orders. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that the emails are not working anymore. All right. So now I'm just going to run the live stream from PayPal instead. We're going to run it from PayPal. No, I'm just not seeing any new orders. Who was it that said they sent an order? Yeah, if we're all done taking orders, then I think I'll hop off for the night. Who was it that said they still had an order? Was it Edwin Delson? Did the order come through? Message says more. Yep, I think we did that one, dude. Yeah, we did that one. More. Didn't we? No, I'm starting to second guess. More. Have you seen the dark video of Scooby killing all his crew? Scooby Ruby Roo. Ah, love that Magnemite. Pop 21, by the way, from Rocket Returns. And 6. I don't know if Asian girls like Mexicans. I think a girl from any race can like a guy from any race as long as he's smart, handsome, and charming. Smart, handsome, and charming. Doesn't hurt to be somewhat well off as well. Also, you need to be 6 foot. Apparently, girls require guys to be tall. What the hell? Wow. I didn't know it was so important. Ah, man, I'm neither of those. Mister, you could move over to Game Economist for just the summer. Well, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not. Oh, there we go. So that's what everyone's chasing after is one of these. All right, you got Toph Avatar. Cool, man. Congratulations. You guys certainly went deep enough for it. I feel sorry for Garrett, because Garrett swept a couple boxes himself. But a lot of people were buying deeply into this. Short Kings. Here we are. I was talking about this subject in one of my walking streams, because we walk and talk after this. We go walking for an hour, and I talk. And I was talking about how guys need to start having the same standards as girls. No more short honeys or whatever. What do they call girls when they're short? Oh, there we go. Toph. High Society. Very nice. Lots of Toph for you, Mr. Edwin. No more short girls. Shorties. That's what they call them. They call them shorties. Right. And they need to start sticking to women that are at least their height so that when they have kids, their son isn't shorter than they are. You know what I mean? Damn, dude, you're not setting your kid up to succeed. Who won the Squirtle vendor giveaway? It was... What was his name? Well, I said his name in the Discord. If you check the announcement, man. All right. Tall girls, not the play, says D's Nuts. Tall girls mean that your children will maintain their height or even be taller than you. And that was on my list of things. For me, I just found tall girls attractive. So I happened to fall in to dating a tall girl. But yeah, I always found them attractive. Tall women are attractive to me. But I'm surprised all these guys like short women. And then I'm like, well, what about your kids? Your kids are going to be shorter than you are. And then all the girls are going to reject them. So you're going to end up with unhealthy children. It's basically how my brain reads it. My brain reads it as unhealthy children. Right? Because it's all a game. It's all a genetics game. With tall girls, it's easier to eat their butt. Hey, if the girl's taller, just go for more hugs. I like them short and plump with a fat butt. I was listening to radio. Most girls do the same thing, mister. Girls don't like short guys. Right, so if you're a short guy, your dad failed to date an Amazonian warrior of a woman. So that means it's kind of your job to go date a taller woman so that the next generation is taller. And then the short girls can hook up with the short guys or something like that. You know what I mean? All right, that's it. We are out of orders. Interesting conversation, is it not? You got to admit, we have a lot of interesting conversations, even if you don't like what I'm saying, or maybe you found something I've said offensive. I'm always open-minded on these subjects, but you got to talk about it in order to decide how you feel about it. You know what I mean? So we always talk about interesting things here. And this one was talking about how girls really do judge guys for their height. And my question is, why don't guys do the same thing? Because it's like, you know your kids are going to get judged. If you have a boy, which you might, unless the whole world just stops having children, which I don't think we are, you're going to have boys, and they're going to be screwed if they're as short as your shorty, your wife who's a shorty. They're going to be in trouble. You're going to have short sons, and then they're all going to get, basically they're all going to get rejected when they go dating. It's going to be tough for them. So you got short girls trying to work their way up the genetic line by picking the tallest guys out. And those tall guys, in my opinion, got to protect that height gene, man. Got to go with another tall girl. You don't have to. It's just, it's an interesting thing to talk about because everyone seems to be aware of the issue. Well, what's the solution then? Let's talk about solutions. I sent, says Six Corrupted. You got it. Let's talk solutions. I'll teach him how to feel tall. Oh, okay. He can say, Dad, that does not matter. Oh, here we are. 6 corrupted. 151 and shipping. You got it. But I just feel like men don't think that hard about these kind of things. I think men just think, what's hot? Who makes me feel sexy? So that height difference makes you feel sexy because you're way taller than her. Maybe it makes you feel like more dominant or something. Maybe it helps with your ego. Maybe it helps you feel more confident in some way. Got to get over all that, man. Here we are. Look at that. There we go. He'll identify as tall. 6, do you like him tall or short? 6, a.k.a. American Sniper. She could be tall, but like a genetic mutation could make the kids short anyhow. That's true. And, you know, everyone of every height is worth loving. But, yeah, their life's sort of like this competitive game that you're playing. And it's weird how we never talk to each other about how men should also be choosing women for height. We never talk about that. Men just let themselves get discriminated one way, and they don't do it back. It's like, you know your sons are going to suffer, so you should try to do something about it. You have this subject that you could work on where you know height is a valuable sex trait. It is a desirable gene, and you don't work on acquiring it. Instead, you're like picking out the shortest girl. It's like, you crazy, dude. We are. If being short is ugly to women, then you need to think about that. Because you're dating the shortest girl. You know what I mean? I'm going to date a short girl. Yeah, the same girl would reject you if you were her height. So think about that for 2.5 seconds, please. And make a smart choice for your children's sake. Ew, hobbits. Last dude I dated was 6'8". Whoa, that's very tall. There we go. Actually, I think that I read a study reported that after a certain amount of height, the men become unattractive again. Isn't that fascinating? So there is such a thing as too tall. So I don't know what the height was, but there was like this frighteningly tall height where the attractiveness drops off really, really quickly. And I was reading about this in a study for like some sort of dating website. And so it looks like this. So it's sad, but a girl's interest in a man kind of flatlines until they hit 6 foot. Then it jumps up and it steadily rises. So you need to be about this tall to ride the ride, because this is about where 6 foot begins. Women don't want men that are shorter than 6 foot so much. And then after 6 foot, you got like 6'2", 6'4", right? And it's rising. And then it gets up to this point where it's really, he's quite tall. He's like 7 foot. And then it just, boom, it just falls off like that, like that. They do not want men that are that tall. Like, yeah, you're a freak now. You're way too tall. You're a freak. No way. How's that work? Huh, I'm 6'8". I was too short. I got that apple curve, says Procod. Yeah, I wish I was a little taller. Hey, you could just have your legs broken, right? That's how crazy men are trying to get taller. There are men out there who pay thousands of dollars to break their legs in order to go through this extremely kind of experimental, somewhat dangerous and painful, maybe you'll have chronic pain your whole life, surgery where a doctor breaks their legs and then stretches them apart with a metal tool for a series of months. They do this. The tool stretches their broken leg apart day by day as it repairs. It's excruciating. And they do this to add a few inches to their height, just a couple inches. That is how competitive it is for guys to try to be a bit taller. I wouldn't do it even if I was short. I would just find a shorter girl, because forget about all that money and pain. No way. And what if it goes wrong? You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's what guys are doing to give the illusion of height, because obviously they're not truly that tall. That shows you what people are willing to do to be able to date a higher range of people, a taller range of people. And here you are going, oh, I love shorties. Dude, you're killing it for your son, man. He is going to be short as mom. What are you thinking? You are going to give him a heart attack lifestyle when he finds out that none of the girls want to date him because he's not at least 6 foot. You know, give him a fighting chance. Someone out there is having a baby son, and you know the girls are going to not like him if he's not tall enough. So girls are allowed to discriminate against you in that way, and you are not giving them a helping hand when you don't do it back, when you don't also discriminate that way, when you go, oh, I'm sorry, you're too short. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a fun conversation. All right, guys, it's 4:30. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to hop off now, okay? If I get knee plants, I'm not going to finish that one. I'm just going to tie balloons to myself and just float. Guys, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to hop off. Short girls are more fun, mister. Well, ask you, in my opinion, they're desperate for your height. So they're very attracted to you if you're much taller than them. And their sons get to be taller than they are. But now your sons are shorter than you. So you've done your offspring a disservice, is the truth. And again, what I would keep in mind is that these short girls, if you were actually their height, oh, they're so fun. No, they're not. They're not fun to men their own height. They're actually quite mean to them. So it's just the case that you happen to be taller than them. It's like a different kind of gold digging, isn't it? And I don't even like that term gold digging, but it's a different type of gold digging, is it not? So something to think about, you know? All right, guys, I'm hopping off.